The views, information, or opinions expressed during the Geeks Under the Influence podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of RVA Magazine, Loot Crate, amzn.to, or their employees. Listener discretion is advised. Fuck off if you don't like it.
Mike the Hobbit here, ready to bring you another action-packed episode of Geeks Under the Influence. But before we continue with that, let's talk about our sponsors, the ones that make this possible, so we can continue on with this amazing podcast. First up, of course, is amzn.com. They've been with us for a while. You can find a link to amzn.com through our homepage at guypodcast.com. Click on the Amazon affiliate link, and anything you purchase through that link, we get a little bit of a profit. So it's a way to buy all the amazing stuff that you can find on Amazon and help out your favorite podcast at the same time. Welcome to 2017, and the best way for you to celebrate 2017 is to get on Loot Crate. They're sponsors of this podcast, and you are able to help out this podcast and get cool shit at the same time. Last month in December, their crate was Revolution with stuff from Mr. Robot, Assassin's Creed, and Firefly. Next month is Origins with merch from Superman, Marvel, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Nintendo. If you go through our link at guypodcast.com under the sponsors page, click through there and use the code SAVE3, you're able to get $3 off of your crate, and you're able to support this podcast at the same time. And trust me, we were fans of Loot Crate before we even got the sponsorship. It's well worth it, and it's a way for you to get cool shit, a little present, not just in December for the holidays, but throughout the entire year. So check it out, support this podcast, and get some cool stuff. Remember, save 3 for $3 off your first crate. And that's about it. Join the conversation. Hit us up on Twitter at GUI Podcast RVA, or Facebook. Just look up Geeks Under the Influence. Instagram, Geeks Under the Influence, all one word. Or just go to GUIPodcast.com. It's got all our links there. Now on to the episode.
Live. Geeks Under the Influence.
Welcome, Internet. Thank you guys so much for joining us yet again for another fantastic episode of Geeks Under the Influence. Tonight we are talking about really kind of the funniest guy in the world, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Bill motherfucking Murray.
Yeah.
The opposite of you. much less dad jokes. So
Well, he doesn't need to.
Exactly.
He just... It is like in Zombieland, where he had his little cameo where he's dying... And Emma Stone's just laughing. She's like, sorry, it's just a direct line to my funny bone. That is so exactly what it is with Bill Murray for me, is that he can just look at you and you'll laugh. The man himself is just perfectly funny.
Yep.
Without even trying. Because if he tried, it wouldn't be as funny as it is as him just being himself. So, I mean, we have some panelists here that got to see the Mark Twain Awards. We've got everybody here has seen most, if not all, of the Bill Murray movies. So we've got a lot to talk about in the next hour and a half. So thank you guys that are watching. Thank you for joining us on our live stream. For all of you listening, all of yous, I turned into Jason Mewes there for a second. All of yous listening, thank you yet again for joining us on another episode of Geeks Under the Influence. This is all about Bill Murray. And welcome. I've been looking forward to this one, and it seems like so many episodes where we time it just right, where all sorts of other shit happens thematically to the episode at the same time. Like just today, we're recording on the 20th of January, Inauguration Day. IFC figured that it was better to just make everybody happier by just doing a nonstop Bill Murray marathon on IFC. This is not something that we knew of when we planned this episode.
it's kind of ironic that happened that way.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Not only that, but the Mark Twain Awards that Anthony and Jodi got to go to and see Bill Murray accept the award airs on the 27th. The audio episode of this should be releasing right before Groundhog's Day, so we're right in the fucking the wheelhouse of Bill Murray apparently for this episode. So I'm very excited. We've got a 6-person panel, which can get a little bit hairy, but I think with the panel here we're going to be okay. And hi guys, it's waving. Yeah. And yeah, I made sure that everybody has signs, so we can.
Just
You three are this way.
All right.
We're that way. Yeah. All the Bill Murray love. Yes. So yeah, I guess before we get started, let's get into the panel who's on this episode. I am Mike the Hobbit Bickett, host of Geeks Under the Influence. You can find me on Twitter at Mike Bickett, or follow Geeks Under the Influence on Twitter at GUI Podcast RVA. Follow all of our other social media stuff at GUIPodcast.com. Follow our Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, all the other stuff. Join the conversation. Let us know what you want to hear on future episodes or what you liked about previous episodes. And to my left is the sexual chocolate. If this was Stripes and I was Bill Murray, you would be my Harold Ramis.
Aww.
Except you don't grin and shake your head like lovingly when I make a joke. You usually accost me and
with a knife.
Sometimes, yes. Yes.
What's up, guys? I just want to clarify: the GUI Tumblr page is our GUI porn parodies. So be ready for that.
Just porn parodies.
Be ready for that.
It's just me posing in cosplay as Bill Murray from different Bill Murray movies, but completely nude. So definitely check that out.
I mean, everyone's got a fetish, so I guess hairy little man is somebody's.
And, that's why I was so excited about this episode. Mine is nude Bill Murray cosplay. So.
And I'm lucky enough to get to take the pictures.
Yes.
There you go.
I figured, girl, it does it for me, too.
It's like me doing the Stripes thing. Is I want you to take a picture of my junk.
You recreated that Christmas card of his, the Bill Murray.
Oh my God,
shoot.
I love that Christmas card so much.
You should do that next year.
With the neckerchief?
Yes.
Yes. And no, it was Danny Trejo that had the dove. I'm sorry. I get my shirtless badasses.
Bill Murray, Dan Trejo, about the same person.
You get confused sometimes. It's fine. Next to Lowdown Brown is Miss Katie Turbo.
Yes.
The picture taker of all the pornography on the GUI Tumblr page.
The lucky picture taker.
The lucky picture taker, yes.
Yes.
That was nice enough to, if you want to hold up to the camera, a book that she was nice enough to give me for Christmas, The Towel of Bill Murray, which has a bunch of stories that have been verified as much as possible about the no one will believe you stories or all the weird hijinks that Bill Murray has gotten into over his decades of being Bill Murray. So it's a hell of a read. It's super fun.
Did the book come with a towel?
It did not. I had to supply my own towel, unfortunately. But
I thought that's what you said.
Towel. Towel.
I saw the title of the book, but
the towel.
You were like, towel.
Towel.
Basically, he's telling her how to talk, Mike.
It's basically if Bill Murray was in Hitchhiker's Guide. Yes, that's what I was saying.
Now, you were using his accent from Caddyshack, right?
Yes, basically.
He did it on purpose, clearly.
Marble mouth motherfucker. Speaking of marble mouth motherfuckers, next one up.
What'd I do to you, man?
Fuck you, Hunter.
Fuck y'all.
Is joining us. Looking fantastic in your giant fucking earphones. That's great.
Right.
That's good look.
Yeah.
And I love that the camera's directly at you.
I'm in the crump spot where I'm
You're
supposed
in
to
the
give you
crump
fuck with you the entire
You're
time.
going to eye fuck me through the entire
That's right.
episode, and I'm fine with that. That's
I got
fine.
you.
Yeah. Next, finally, is a man that shows very little feeling because of his heritage, except when it comes to Bill Murray. That's what warms the cockles of a German's heart, and that German that we're talking about tonight is Mr. Grutz.
Goddamn right.
He's willing to take off the socks and just put on sandals for Bill Murray.
Anything he wants.
Yeah, pretty much.
But in his defense, like I said, I was just watching this movie earlier. You could be Vincent because he wore socks and sandals out in public.
That's
You're good.
true.
So
That's
you
true.
can tell him to just fuck off.
I would renounce eugenics for this man.
Oh, damn. Jesus Christ. That's commitment.
He has power in my life.
I will never doubt your commitment to Sparkle Motion ever again.
That's the strongest sentiment yet.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And finally, somebody that's taking a break from her Kevin Smith love to join us on this episode all about Mr. Bill Murray, who I don't think was ever on a Kevin Smith movie.
No, but Kevin Smith work on that shit.
Yeah, no, Kevin Smith. I'm sure Kevin Smith, if Bill Murray was like, hey, can I be in a movie? He's like, no, definitely. That's fine.
No, Bill Murray would probably just be like, can I run your craft service table for one afternoon?
That would be, he
Yeah.
would wear like a little paper hat and and be really nice to everybody.
Maybe he can play the moose from Moose Jaws.
Oh, dude.
Wouldn't that be the best thing at the end of Moose Jaws, where like it's the end scene like a Marvel movie, but it's just the moose, and it's just Bill Murray takes off the head, and it's like, whew, it gets hot in there, and then cut.
Mike, you looked like you legitimately almost did a spit take when Anthony said that.
I got really excited. But yeah, Yankee Blue Jeans, Miss Jodi is here.
It is me. And by the way, I will never put on hold my love for Kevin Smith. I can have both at once.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Now that's that's a threesome. That,
We didn't talk about this yet.
Can we take a pause to just think about that for a second?
And now there's the next clip of me that Mike's going to post.
yeah, no shit.
See, that also is on the GUI Tumblr, guys. Just
There you go.
Yeah, the Yankee blue jeans, Bill Murray, Kevin Smith three-way is
a pair of Chinese finger cuffs.
Yes.
Good job.
just go to
Well played.
Tumblr and search
Yeah.
Geeks Under the Influence, and you will find all that finger cuff love.
I was an
There you go, finger cuff.
Finger cuff love.
I was an experimental girl.
Oh.
So where to
Yeah.
start with Bill Murray? I guess initially, in many interviews, Bill Murray has talked about why he got into comedy in the first place. He was part of Second City. He eventually did SNL. Meatballs was his first real foray into being a lead role character in a movie. But a lot of it was the fact that he had a lot of siblings, and his mission in life when he was younger was to make his dad laugh. That was it. That was all he wanted to do, was make his dad laugh, who he thought was the funniest man that ever existed on the face of the earth. And so to make that man laugh was everything, which kind of speaks to that generation on who gets funny. It's kind of like Adam Sandler in Funny People, where he talks about you're funny, my parents divorced, I'm funny, you got to think quick or you're going to get beaten kind of funny. It's a different level. And so Bill Murray, that's kind of where he started, was that trying to make his parents laugh, like so many other comedians of his generation. And well, it worked. It worked a lot. So I guess to start, really, what are some of the roles that he's had? Not necessarily your favorite movies of Bill Murray, but the characters that he portrayed, the Murrayest of Murray roles, where he's able to just Murray it the fuck up.
I got to go with fucking Hunter S. Thompson and Where the Buffalo Roam.
No
Because
shit.
he killed that shit.
Fuck yeah, he did.
He killed a typewriter and also that shit.
Yes, he did. I got plenty of love for Johnny Depp's performance as well, but god damn,
Yeah.
his Hunter S. Thompson was awesome.
Oh, and Peter Boyle is
Peter Boyle's
fucking
badass.
awesome,
Fuck yeah.
too.
He not only can he play Frankenstein and Raymond's
Play
dad,
guns.
but he can also
Lawyer.
be a fucking drug addicted lawyer at
Yeah.
the same time. Yeah.
But yeah, Hunter S. Thompson, I gotta agree. I saw that after the Johnny Depp one, but it kind of went bing right up there. You know,
And it's one of those, even people that are Bill Murray fans don't know that he played Hunter S. Thompson.
it was
Yeah.
right after Meatballs. It was like you said, it was like a second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's very early in his career.
Yeah,
so- But and he was friends with Hunter S. Thompson, right? That's the funny thing. Both him and Johnny Depp both were friends, hung out.
But didn't Johnny Depp become friends because he lived with him to get the role?
Yeah.
But Bill Murray and him were actually just friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think didn't Hunter S. Thompson they kind of talked together about, hey, well, I can do this.
I think
when
so.
that script came up.
I think
that's how it worked.
Part of his hesitance with getting Johnny Depp to play him is that Bill Murray already did it.
Yeah, I already murdered the shit out of this role. I don't need to do. No one else needs to do it.
Yep.
Well, that iconic photo where it's Bill Murray and Hunter S. Thompson on a boat, and Bill Murray's got that shirt that says "polite as fuck" with
Yeah.
a gun on it.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen that photo.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's also
So
photos
good.
of them hanging out with a blow up doll and a car and no, wait, that's Johnny Depp.
That was Johnny Depp and John Cusack.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a party.
The thing, it all fits with Bill Murray and Hunter S. Thompson, and that these are people that just did not give a fuck.
Well, and that's the thing is Johnny Depp took the role, and so he was starting to hang out with him just to kind of see how he lived, but Bill Murray was actually friends with him, and so they had that camaraderie, and they have that's where you actually really learn some of these mannerisms, and you learn what they're doing, and you pick up on it so nonchalantly, and so he was so easily able to move into that role because this was a person that was genuine to him. And so he wanted to not only make that person proud, but he already knew that person. And so I think that's why it was so easy. And that's why it was such a great role for him.
He didn't have to study him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you think about it, Johnny Depp was, the first few weeks anyway, it was probably just some weird, strange dude in Hunter S. Thompson's house. Oh yeah, you're still here. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like somebody observing wildlife.
Yeah, right. Oh, in his natural state, he's going to get his
Look
coffee.
at that. He's got the gun out.
Johnny Depp behind a duck blind in the living room. Like a notepad, just like writing shit down.
I just see him peeking over like the couch, just watching him, just his eyes.
Hunter Thompson's like watching Dancing with the Stars, and Depp is just like taking furious notes.
Johnny Depp's in a fern in the corner.
Hunter Thompson like eating cereal out of a bowl over the sink, and you just see Johnny Depp just like, like right next to him. Just like take a Cheerio out. But that's actually true. Like, think about how much we give each other shit for each other's mannerisms, whether it marble mouthing or or ahs or any of that stuff, because we're around each other on a regular basis. So that's what friends pick up. So we can do better impressions of each other than anybody that just looks at us can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or even if someone to hang out with either of us for, like, said, a couple months, still, like, years does not, a couple months doesn't make up for years.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that I've like picked up sayings or mannerisms from people that I've hung out with all the time. So,
Sure.
I think it was probably really easy for him to incorporate that into the role because he's probably already picked up stuff from him.
Yeah, so it's already part of his, like, thing.
Every day.
Yeah.
So he could ad-lib as him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Bill Murray got his start in Second City, like so many other people from Saturday Night Live. That's really their big pull. That and Groundlings from L.A. are their two big sources for character actors and comedians and the like. But I think, if I remember correctly, his older brother got into Second City before he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's kind of what pulled him in.
So it was what, Ramis and...
Ramis, well, that's where
Belushi.
Ramis started writing
Yeah.
for Bill Murray, is that they just found a connection in Second City, and then they carried over into all the other stuff that they did together, which is, talk about, like, a funny man like Bill Murray needs the right straight man to play along with, but I think what I liked about him and Harold Ramis, and I'm going straight with Stripes on this one, is that his character wasn't afraid to laugh at the jokes during the movie, which I find so refreshing, because there's so many movies where the straight man doesn't break, and it's dishonest.
Yeah.
Like, even a straight man's, you're like, okay, that's pretty good, and Harold Ramis played it mostly straight, but occasionally be like, because Bill Murray.
Exactly. You got to think, even though he's writing, and when he's writing, he's like, oh, that'll be funny. You have Bill Murray delivering it. Like, so he doesn't know how he's going to deliver it, because, obviously, I'm assuming, like, he wouldn't want to know either, It's like, because if they're in the same movie together, you want to have that surprise so he can laugh at it.
Yeah.
So when he's hearing it, he's probably hearing it for the first time, and it's like, oh yeah, that shit's funny. Yeah.
And that's why with Groundhog Day, Ramis directing it, like, I feel like he knew the minute he had the script, he's like, I know exactly who's playing this role. And I'll be honest, I can't think of another actor that could take on that role. Because if you look at the movie and the plot, without Bill Murray, it might be unwatchable.
Shit,
Yeah.
right? It would have been a bad movie.
And I'm saying that's where Ramis, their relationship, he has this movie, he's like, I know exactly who I'm going to put in it. Bill Murray.
Well,
Bam.
I know I make jokes all the time, but the first person that came into my head about, like, doing a remake with Groundhog's Day when you're talking about this, of course, is Jay Baruchel. But
man.
but that being
How
said,
did you segue into this?
because I always find a way. But that being said, is that it wouldn't be nearly as good. It's a different, like, there's nobody that could make Groundhog's Day a cult classic like it is, like Bill Murray. That's the reason it's good. That's why Stripes is good. Is that he's got that wink thing that he does with the crowd, where he can not be looking at camera. He won't be cheesing, but it's totally playing to the camera without looking at the camera. It's a rarity in comedic acting.
And honestly, as star-studded as this movie is, Caddyshack wouldn't be what it was without Bill Murray.
Right.
Think seriously, like, as funny as that movie is, you have Rodney Dangerfield, you have Chevy Chase, you have who plays the father?
Ted Knight.
Ted Knight. Yep.
Right.
You have Ted Knight. But it's like, if you took his character out of there, like, that's why the sequel didn't work. You had Dan Aykroyd in that role, and it was like,
Let's not talk about that. God
But
damn.
I really feel like that role that they ended up extending for him, because it was so fucking funny. Like, that was an important part of the movie.
Just get the other Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're all the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
But that was an important part of the movie. If they realized, oh, we need to keep filming this guy, we need to have a whole extended scene. Like, I don't know. That made a lot of the movie for me. Like, 'cause there's a lot of dead scenes in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was still early in his career. That that character was not supposed to be as big a role in that movie as it turned out to be, but he was just so fucking funny in it that they just added him to additional scenes and made him a more major character. Because you look at what he's doing in that movie, he's not doing anything important to the plot at all. He's trying to fuck up a gopher. That's it.
Yeah, he's background. Like.
Yeah.
You just see him every once in a while just poke his head out somewhere and put dynamite in the
and then
fucking great, man.
And I think that's what's so great about it is like he not only was he supposed to have a smaller role in that movie and they made it bigger, but even in those scenes where he's like not talking, you know, it makes such an impact for people, and it was so important for people, and that's what a lot of people like took out of it from that movie. Just because he just has that natural comedic aura about him.
Exactly.
He can silently steal a scene with a facial expression.
Oh yeah.
Oh, easily.
Well, I was gonna say, like, some of his cameos, he's not in a movie for that long, but we were just talking about Zombieland.
Oh yeah, dude.
Just that, I don't know if y'all agree with this, but Wild Things, he's fucking hilarious. He's
only in great.
He's only in it for like what, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
if that.
Dude, his little role in Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
Where he's like the fucking masochist, like, hurt me.
Okay, now, Anthony, I'm sure you know this, but who originally played that character in the black and white Little Shop of Horrors from like the 1950s?
Shut up.
You're not talking about the Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
okay, I was gonna say the Roger Corman one.
Yeah. That Jack Nicholson was originally the character, the masochistic, like dental like patient that was like stoked about getting his teeth pulled out.
Yeah, which is funny because he's on the cover of all those all those DVDs, and he's
free
like
domain. So
even though he's like in it for like 14 seconds, like just no time at all. But who was the dentist and was it Steve Martin?
Steve Martin.
Yeah,
and who then relived his role as a dentist in Novocaine. You'll be a dentist. Yeah. God, I need to watch that again. It's been a minute.
I thought Steve Martin played like the asshole like biker guy.
He was, but he was
a dentist.
His day job was a dentist.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he did it because
It's been a while since I've seen that.
his mama was like, "You have a bad streak, so here's where you can go hurt people."
Mm-hmm. He likes to cause pain.
I need to watch
It's
that
just
again.
really the only justification for being a dentist, in my opinion, is I like hurting people.
One of my favorite roles from him was is Kingpin too. That shit's fucking funny, man.
And
Dude.
if there was a script for his character, they were like, the Farrelly brothers were just like, no, it's cool. You're Bill fucking Murray. You can say whatever the fuck you want, because that seemed like Bill Murray ad-lib.
Oh, yeah.
For most of those scenes.
But the hair, dude. The fucking
hair.
Holy shit.
He hits that strike and does it, and the hair just stays
The
on
dance.
point, like just sitting up. You're just like, that is fucking amazing.
It's so good. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I can see there was a difference with his early work versus his later work, that there was a point where stuff started getting written for Bill Murray. You know, it's that point where you don't audition anymore. You get approached about a project that they want to do with you, where they may not do it if you don't do it. You know, and like Groundhog's Day, I don't think that would have been done if it wasn't with Bill Murray.
Like Hunter said, you know. Yeah,
But I think the big switch there was one that he actually filled some shoes of another SNL character or actor that passed a little bit ahead of time. Mm-hmm. The one that most anybody that knows Bill Murray, it's one of their first films that they know him from, is Ghostbusters. His role, Venkman, was supposed to be John Belushi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
God, yeah. Could you imagine what comedy would be at right now if those two were able to tag team through the years?
Holy
Jesus
shit.
fucking Christ! Seriously, think about that. If Murray and Belushi were still, oh man,
Dude, you realize one person dies and history changes course.
I know.
We would not be where we are. We would be in the fucking utopian, best, coolest place ever, because we all have been laughing our asses off for the past 30 years.
But he's right. Seriously, those
so what
two
you're
together
saying is
were
that
magic.
because Belushi overdosed, we have Trump. Is that
It was
what you're
an
saying?
accident, though.
Belushi's fault. Thanks a lot.
It's Belushi's fault. Fuck you, Belushi. God damn it.
You left us your brother, man.
Dude,
That
you
is
know what?
punishment. That is punishment.
Dude, according to Jim was I can't even finish
Let's
this.
just stop.
Which dog cop movie do you like?
No. I have a theory. There's a new theory. I think it was Donald Trump's 80s cocaine that did the deed.
Oh,
So actually Trump is from the future and knew that he would get presidency if John Belushi died, so he gave him shitty coke in the 80s, and that's what started this whole
God
thing.
damn it.
Where's Jean-Claude Van
Fucking
Damme as the
Trump.
time cop when you need him?
No shit, right?
Like,
You just want to see him do splits. That's what it is. You know.
I mean, you saw the thing on Facebook earlier, with the Volvo trucks doing the splits.
He's like,
It was the Volvo ABS, and I was like, does that stand for abs? And when I think Volvo abs, I just think Jean-Claude Van Damme doing the splits on some Volvo trucks. But,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. Enough of that. But no, I really do think that, you know, together back then, the SNL days, like those guys really stole the show, man. You know,
It's kind of thanks to Chevy Chase because
he got removed. I don't think he voluntarily left.
No, he left.
Did he?
He
Okay.
had 1 year and he decided, hey, I can make much more money starting movies, and they brought in Bill Murray to replace him. So,
and that was so Murray came in second year.
Second
right?
season,
yeah.
So as much good fortune as he had getting good roles, you know, he did do good movies, Chevy Chase. But like, who do you think had the better career movie wise down the road? Right? Exactly. Right. I'm just saying, like. Think about it.
But let's get into SNL a little bit. We have basically an SNL historian with us, Jodi, about it, and some of our listeners might know the whole like John Lovitz being taken out of a fire at the end of the first season, I think, right?
No.
Second season.
No, it was way on down in there.
Was it?
this
yeah, we're
season-
talking about like
it was
late
this-
80s.
Yeah, it was this. It was when Lorne was coming back, wasn't it? And they basically fired the entire cast except for Lovitz. But
yeah.
That was an 80s
That-
thing.
They're
That
like,
was the experimental season when they had Robert Downey junior and like just one season.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, wasn't she on that?
No, I think she was
Was
she was
she
earlier
later?
than that. That
Was
was
she
during the Eddie
earlier?
Murphy time, I
Yeah.
believe.
Oh,
The
yeah,
80s,
Murphy.
you know, I'm better with 70s SNL because they went through a long period of time where they were just not rerunning those 80s SNLs, the early 80s
there's a
stuff.
good reason.
Yeah.
Well, some of the
Eddie
80s stuff's
Murphy
good
and
though.
then- what's that?
Some of the 80s stuff was good though.
Yeah, mid 80s
Late
is
80s.
pretty. Yeah,
Late
you
80s.
got early 80s with Eddie Murphy. You got late 80s with pretty much John Lovitz, people like that.
And then
But
going
then
into the
mid
90s with
sections,
Awesomeness.
yeah, that's why they rebooted it.
Yeah.
They still never rerun the episode where Belushi got feared to fucking break the whole goddamn set.
oh yeah.
When they were the live act.
Yeah, I have to look that shit up on YouTube.
You can look it on YouTube, but
Yeah.
I've never actually been able to watch that episode.
No, because a lot of the videos, some of the musical guests are taken out because of licensing or all sorts of other stuff. So it depends. But yeah, Fear, the fucking punk rock band Fear was on SNL and was friends with Belushi.
Which, by the way, we have a CISO account, and are all the
Do
musical
you?
accounts, all the musical acts are on those shows.
I
aren't they?
want CISO so bad.
Or is it just the new ones?
What is
So
CISO?
bad. It's a comedy, like it's an app.
Yeah, it's
comedy shows?
Yeah, it's a network.
Original content.
They have original content.
A
Like,
lot of podcasters do it.
the guys from My Brother and Me are gonna have a show on there.
There's a bunch of stand up. There's old SNL episodes on there too, I think, right?
The entire run.
everything.
Yeah.
Is it
And
not
it's
just audio,
commercial
video
free.
too? It's like video. It's not just
Video.
audio.
It's a
Right.
it's a channel. Okay,
It's
you
a
can
video
subscribe
channel.
to. You could stream it. You can get it through Roku or
Nice.
wherever.
I'm just trying to feed my my belief in the power of laughter, so I need that.
You do need it. I mean,
Seriously.
it's cheap too.
CISO it's like $5 a month or something, right?
It's like
Yeah.
$4 a month.
$4
Yeah.
a
Oh,
month.
wow.
Yeah, no, I need to get
That's
into
fucking
that.
cheap.
Yeah, if you want to come over, we can play around and look around on it so you can see what it's like. But
I just saw
anyway.
that what's the podcast that they're doing a video version of it on, I think TV Land now, the
Throwing Shade.
Throwing Shade.
Yes.
Yes. I just saw my first episode of that, and they're not worried about being non-political like we tend to do on this podcast.
Oh,
they have their sides on things there. Very
Have you
much.
ever listened to their show?
Not a whole lot. No.
Okay. Yeah, it's highly, highly political. But yeah, sorry, we started out
anyway,
talking
SNL,
about
Bill Murray.
SNL.
Oh, us derail? Never. Never
It's too
happened.
early for that.
Not usually. Well, first part before the break, usually we were pretty good about
Yeah.
it. Not the year. It's the second half where we go off the fucking rails.
Oh, that's what we're going to talk
Yeah.
about. The no one will believe you stories
Yeah.
is the second half here. But
In all fairness, don't bring up Kevin Smith or podcasts around me or I'm going to get derailed. But
SNL Bill Murray.
SNL,
Does Kevin Smith do podcasts?
no, I don't think so.
he's actually like militantly against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I was little, of course, as those who have listened to previous episodes know, I didn't have cable and my parents recorded a bunch of 70s SNL, and that was basically what I would watch on videotapes in my room. And so when I started seeing Bill Murray in movies, he was that man from SNL to me. I mean, to me, he was, you know, the nerd that was dating Gilda Radner, or he was the lounge singer.
Oh, Gilda.
Oh, the lounge singer,
Gilda.
man.
Stop it, Todd.
But yeah, the lounge singer, that's really what I know Bill Murray from in SNL is of course, the Star Wars.
Yes.
But he did Jaws. He did a bunch of other stuff as the lounge singer.
Yeah, the weatherman. Yeah.
But I think that's just like we talked about on the Wicker Man audio commentary that was it Ebert, I think, said that what he liked about Nicolas Cage is that he was fearless with his acting choices, which doesn't always translate to good.
Shit.
But being a comedic actor, Bill Murray was fearless, was able to just like go fucking balls to the wall, but he sold it every time.
Well, those are the people who succeed on SNL, though. The people who not only can just be balls out, unabashedly funny without being embarrassed, but they're not afraid to get weird.
Yeah.
Like they don't care if you're going to get it. They're just doing their thing.
Which is why Will Ferrell on there was amazing because he didn't give a fuck.
Dude.
And he would fuck with the other comedians.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that changed the whole tone of SNL when Ferrell came out, is that breaking before Will Ferrell came out was a bad thing.
Yeah.
That it didn't work. Like, you got yelled at if you broke character during the roles, but Will Ferrell fucked with people so long, and then it was fucking Jimmy Fallon.
I'm saying Horatio
Yeah.
But
Sands.
Fallon did it too much. He broke him himself.
Too
That
much.
was too
Right,
much.
but it was almost like Ferrell knew if he was in a skit with Jimmy Fallon and Horatio Sands, he's going to break them at some point. Like, he just knew it.
I think that became his mission.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was part of the fun of the skits, and also it happens with Murray in the movies and stuff, that even the final take in cuts in movies with Bill Murray, you can see people just barely hanging on to the scene because he's like daring them to laugh during the scenes, just like Ferrell did in SNL, where it's just like overacting and staring them down the whole time. It's this magical like ability.
And as much as it's, I suppose, easy from a certain standpoint to criticize people who overbreak, like break too much, think about the people who don't. What the fuck would you be doing with Will Ferrell, like licking your face once a week, or like,
Right.
you know,
Or like his belly hanging out while he's like rocking out on a cowbell.
right?
Oh,
I
God.
can't stand it, and I'm not in the room.
Right.
So like,
I think I showed it to Lowdown, but there's one with, and we'll try not to get too derailed, but one with Will Ferrell and Jeff Goldblum. And he's playing Harry Carey, and you can see Jeff Goldblum struggling so much. And it's like Will Ferrell just looks at him, doesn't say anything, just shakes his head, and he's like, "I'm going to break this motherfucker."
The next one is Bill Murray, then Will Ferrell, and the next one is your love.
Kate.
Kate McKinnon, yes.
Kate McKinnon is the next one to do that just utterly wrecks people's souls.
Yeah.
Where people have trouble acting alongside her because she's so fucking funny that even in movies you see people just like, fuck, like just having trouble dealing with it.
I mean, the fucking alien abduction skit, I think, is the
Oh, my
perfect.
God.
I have seen that probably 30 times at this point, and I
Ryan
still.
Gosling is about to ugly cry.
Yeah.
Like, he's beside himself.
She's like, he's crying. Anyway, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. No,
Anyway,
that's
Bill
right.
Murray.
Yeah.
Not SNL episode.
Now, Bill Murray's been in a shit ton of movies at this point. And there's a lot of movies that we're going to talk about throughout this podcast, but I really want to hit, before we get into the big ones, Ghostbusters, Meatballs, fucking Broken Flowers. No, that's not one of the big ones. But all his big stuff. The lesser-known Bill Murray movies that maybe you may not have seen or don't get enough credit. You might know of them, but they just don't get as much appreciation as they probably should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just named it. I think Broken Flowers was an amazing movie. People, when you mention Bill, like you bring up the movie, they don't even know he's in it, like 'cause they don't know about the movie. I think everyone that is a Bill Murray fan, or just likes a good dramedy, because there are some funny parts in that movie, but
Sure.
it really is a very straight-laced, more serious.
That's Bill Murray's Shop Girl.
Yeah. and actually, when I was watching earlier today, for the first time, actually, I don't know why I waited so long to watch it, was St. Vincent. That movie is fucking awesome. It's
great.
It's a good fucking movie.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's really good. It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Also gives Bill Murray a chance to
cried.
actually act, not
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Like, ham it up,
Yeah.
comedy
He's
act.
acting
Yeah,
the
he's
entire time.
acting.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He's funny, and he's actually acting. Like, so it's something scripted, and it still makes it funny a lot of times. It's a good movie.
I would say a couple roles as far as unappreciated movies. Mad Dog and Glory.
Okay. Yeah.
Wasn't the best movie ever, but every scene he was in, he fucking stole, like he does. His small role in Ed Wood was
Oh, yeah.
Yes, as
fucking
Bunny.
Yeah,
Bunny, the drag queen.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
Dude, this
god.
shit was hilarious. And I gotta say, it's most people. It's
Hope
not.
you're turning into a woman or something.
It's not their favorite Wes Anderson movie, but it is mine. Fucking The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou was fucking outstanding.
Fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Life Aquatic was a damn good. Yeah,
And
we talked about this in the Wes Anderson episode.
Yeah, we talked on Wes Anderson, but yeah, I'm still struggling with the fact that people don't. Not everybody likes that movie.
Everybody's like Roll
No, he
Tenenbaums.
hates it. Hunter, fuck you, Hunter.
Why you saw me up? God damn it!
Just because your hair shape is starting to form into a shark fin does not
Easy
mean
to get personal. Yeah, no, I don't hate it, goddammit. But of Wes Anderson's movies, I put it on the lower tier, so that's all. So.
Oh, dude,
Well-
no, that's Darjeeling is the lower tier. Like,
He's just wrong. We just have to
Yeah, it was,
yeah, no, yeah.
realize.
it's okay to be wrong. It's cool.
Yeah.
As far as the underappreciated, I would definitely agree with the St. Vincent. I just recently saw that, and I think I texted Mike, and I was like, "I'm crying. This
It's
movie is
so
making me
good.
cry." And it's really good, and it's Bill Murray can play an asshole, but I felt like it was kind of
The next level.
the
of
next
asshole.
level of asshole because you're just seeing him and there, he's. With Naomi Watts, he's, sleeping with a stripper
Stripper
and
slash prostitute.
slash prostitute because he's sleeping with her for money,
can see
and
this.
also
No,
like
the scene that got me with Saint Vincent, it's not going to fuck with the plot or anything, but when the kids are fucking with the little kid that
Yeah.
And he's like,
babysitting-
I will do whatever you do
And
to
he, like-
him, I'll do to your mother.
Yeah, and he like
That was
fucks
so
up their
awesome.
skateboard and like it just like he's like, no, I will fucking kill you. Like
No.
he's like a dick to him, and I'm like, I love you now.
What he says is he's like he breaks and he's like, now whatever you do to him, I'm gonna go do to your mother's. And then they threw the skateboards in pieces at him. Like,
oh, yeah,
you
you're
didn't threaten the
so-and-so's
kid.
kid.
You didn't
Yeah.
threaten the kid. You threatened their mothers.
Yeah. Shit.
That's fucking awesome.
But not only that, like right before that scene happens, he just kind of leans against a car just to see how this goes. Like he lets this kid get the shit kicked out of him for a little while before he intervenes.
Well,
No.
like, that is supposed to take. We figure it was Philly.
Yeah, because they do the mother
So that's just
museum.
what Philly people do is they let kids get beat up. So it's
Philly?
Kyle's not here to ask. About
Yeah.
Was it
no.
a Philly?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I know there's a scene part of it with Mother Museum.
He's
So I
got
think
like a
they're in
weird,
Philly.
like vague Boston accent, which kind of could play into Philly because Philly is like a low rent Boston accent.
In that scene with the kids, in that
All our Philly fandom
Yeah.
just like went
Back to you, Kyle.
Yeah, right.
in that scene with the kids, he talks about the one kid. He's like, "You're the only Puerto Rican Polak in Brooklyn." So I thought it was in New York. Remember that in that scene, he says that one kid. Yeah,
So we got three
maybe.
cities.
Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah.
I thought it was.
They never
Philly.
really, folks. They never really tell us what city it's in.
Three
We're just
cities
guessing.
in with shitty accents
When-
that we now have no listenership in.
oh yeah, and then California is so much better. You don't have an accent out there. You're not original at all.
No, apparently
Anyway.
in California it's egg. We say egg differently.
Egg,
EHG is how we say
Egg.
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 Where there's like a
That's
soft H.
not strong enough for us. to
dude.
know.
Yes,
No,
seriously,
that's-
man. Like,
You fucking.
there's
That's it.
nothing original
That's it.
about your state.
I
Anyway,
believe it's pronounced "shut the fuck up, Hobbit."
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
that's at the end.
I love it.
That's the end of the episode.
Wait, are you from California?
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know if you knew that or not.
What?
It's never
Just
brought
as
up.
the state's not original. Eh.
When did you decide to start dating a Californian?
The minute she stopped giving up on actually liking herself.
The minute I started taking the Twitter pictures.
Tumblr.
No, we're
It's
expanding.
not allowed on Twitter. We got kicked off for that for a while.
That's the thing. Is we
Sounds personal.
we started with Twitter and we got kicked off, so we had to move to Tumblr.
Yeah, they moved to Tumblr.
Yeah,
They allow us to be free spirits.
Tumblr understands our art. Bill Murray
shit.
nude cosplay, which is probably the name of the episode.
Bill Murray nude cosplay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Another, I guess, underappreciated, and everybody's probably seen it, but I don't think it's the props it should, is What About Bob?
Right? No, that movie's
A
awesome.
lot
We
of
talked
people,
about that.
because it's such a different role for
We
him.
just watched that.
Yeah.
just
So good. That's
watched
what
that.
Baby
Netflix too, right?
step.
I'll be quiet.
That's on Netflix
Why?
too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you pointing at me?
Oh yeah.
Well, this was under my best performance. I really, really, really like What About Bob to an unreasonable level. So, because not only is it Bill Murray being hilarious, Bill Murray, but it's dark as fuck.
It's really dark. But not only that, but that's one of those films like Stripes, where I feel that the filmmakers understood that you have Bill Murray in play. Do not force him into the script. Let him do Bill Murray, and it will make it better. He has so much room to move in that movie. You can tell that he's just expanding on parts of scenes and just doing his thing and overacting and being weird, and it's fucking brilliant.
And there are definitely a couple times, like rewatching it last night, that you can see Richard Dreyfuss just like trying to hold his face and just, I can't laugh at this scene, but he is about to break.
He plays such a dick, but Richard Dreyfuss is like a funny guy in his own right but that's why he can play such a dick, because he knows how to be funny.
Well, they bounce off of each other
super
well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be alone on this one. Like, actually, on my sheet, under best performance, I wrote, "What about Bob?" And then in parentheses, "Shut up." Because I thought you guys were going to fight me on that.
Hunter and I were actually talking about that earlier this past weekend. We were like, what about Bob?
This isn't Star Trek Voyager. This is What About Bob. It's a different thing.
I'm in a safe space.
Because Voyager sucks.
It's the 20th of January. We need one.
Yes.
Yeah, I shot things earlier. That made me feel better.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Bullets, guns. Yeah. Felt good.
You're a man now.
Well, I was mad today. I woke up angry.
This is Mike commented earlier about how Richmond smelled, and I feel like that just was kind of a
I posted on
sign
Facebook
for
earlier
the
today
day.
that I walked out of the house to go to the work this morning, and it smelled bad, like really bad. And then I got to work, and it still smelled, and I'm like, I hope it's not my car. And then I thought, no, my car wasn't running when I smelled it first, so it's not my car. The car's fine. And then I posted on Facebook, and we were like, yeah, like Carytown smelled, the fan smelled, Northside smelled, Chesterfield smelled, downtown smelled. There's just this weird, like, you just inaugurated an orange to run the country.
You know, it's basically America just shit on itself, and that's what you're smelling.
Yeah.
You're smelling
basically.
the actual tire fire.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Because burning rubber smells nasty.
Yeah.
Like, Peck from Ghostbusters would be like, no, not this guy. No, I'm like, not a good decision.
I did like your mom's post on Facebook where she said something like the moment that he got inaugurated, like it started raining, and she was like, God, even God is crying at this. Like, it's horrible.
Yeah.
No, it was like that leftover stank from like fake cheese, like we eat Cheetos because we elected a Cheeto.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So the entire town smelled today. That's what we're getting.
I'm sure we can get reports
Cheeto
from
steak.
other parts of the country.
Yeah.
It's like it gets everywhere, all of your fingers,
Yeah.
and like you have regret later.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
You just ate like 80 grams of horrible shit, and like you're just like, oh yeah.
So can we call Trump President Cheeto Stank? Like,
Yes, please, President Cheeto Steak.
I say we go private part style and call him pig vomit.
Pig vomit.
That's my personal
Because it
opinion.
looks like a pig, makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
WNBC.
You're just throwing us right off the rails.
I'm sorry, man.
Don't do that.
You're welcome, guys. Oh yeah. Woo. Another comedic genius back in the day, anyway.
What was I gonna say?
Oh, what were we gonna say?
Okay, so not an underappreciated Murray movie, but one of like the cameos that he makes, which I really liked, is from Parks and Rec.
Oh,
wow.
2 episodes.
Because
right?
he actually, it was Mayor Gunderson that they had mentioned him in seasons, and I read about it later that he, because when Murray is in the episode, he's actually, like, the mayor's already died. And so, apparently Amy Poehler and, who plays April?
Rashida Jones?
No.
The girl I love.
Yes.
That girl.
The sullen one.
Yes.
She's very sullen.
Aubrey Plaza.
Yes.
Yes. Safety not guaranteed. Chick.
Yes. I guess like they had asked him, and apparently from reading it, Rob Lowe is apparently a fan or a friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they wanted him to play it, but because he was still in office, he could not play it. And so they kept asking Bill Murray kind of nonchalantly if he would do this. And then he finally, Amy Poehler said she would pay him like $250 or something to play it.
Is that all it would have taken for him to be on this
So.
episode?
We could all pull together.
We can make that.
Seriously, we can make that happen real quick.
Because we planned this episode months ahead of time, so I could have just been like harassing him via social media for months and then be like, dude, I've got like $72 with your name on it. If
Yeah.
you come to Richmond.
Seriously, if Amy Poehler's offering him only $250, we could have gotten by with probably $50 in a pack or a 6-pack or something.
Yeah, something.
$50 a pop. That's $300. That's better than Amy Poehler offered.
Exactly.
He'd fucking
No,
be
I'm
here.
saying, like, I would be throwing money at that. Like, every paycheck would be like, I can use $25 more.
But
Like,
I'm saying
I
that
would not
he
care.
would have to care less about what he said here than on Parks and Recs. There's like our listenership is decent, but it's not like Parks and Recs decent.
We didn't
We're
say
fine.
anything.
So we just get to basically blame Hobbit on this run, right?
Yeah, basically.
Thanks a lot.
As per usual. That's fine.
Killed a dream. You
I killed a dream. It's my fault that Bill Murray is not on the Bill Murray
Well, no, you should have
episode.
told him about that earlier, and then he would have probably worked on that. Yeah, so actually, it's your fault.
Lowdown.
Actually, a little bit of
I'm not
that.
giving you a high five for that.
No?
No.
Fuck you.
Remember, he's still angry. He was shooting a gun earlier, right?
Yeah, I was,
He was just spreading the blame around.
let's spread the blame around. I was making it so you didn't feel as bad.
Careful, Lowdown. Trump doesn't like black people using
I know.
guns. Yeah,
I know.
It's not like a thing he likes.
So I was using it while I could.
Yeah, fair enough.
Jesus Christ.
Because, like, 7 days from now, you'd be like, nope, sorry, dude. No, we're taking that away.
Why? You've got some,
Use the moment of free speech while you can.
Another cameo, just we're talking about TV cameos. I don't know if anybody here has seen Vice Principals, but he's on just the first episode, but perfect cameo, just short and sweet, but it sets up
I
the
still
whole
get to see
show.
that, but I heard it's an awesome.
Oh, it's fucking
feel for
amazing.
sure, yeah.
I haven't
If you
seen
like
it.
Danny McBride, if you like Danny
What
McBride,
about Walter Goggins?
yeah,
Walton Goggins, excuse me.
it's but the guy that directed Eastbound and Down and some of the other stuff with
Right.
Danny McBride has done that show.
Danny McBride was part of that process the whole time. But I saw him on a talk show talking about how they got him, and it was just like, do you want to do it? And he was just like, all right.
Sure.
Well, that's the thing. I do not want Bill Murray to stop doing Bill Murray movies. I want those to continue, but really, if he gets tired of being the main character in roles and everything, until he dies, he just does like cameos in movies. Like just weird fucking characters, I would be so happy because that just makes a movie for me. I will go see a movie if there's 3 minutes of fucking Bill Murray in it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm going to call you out on that because I don't know how. I haven't seen the movie, but did he make a cameo in a certain remake recently?
Yeah, and I went to the theater and I saw Ghostbusters.
Never mind that. I take that back.
Yeah, you motherfucker. And I hated that fucking movie. And honestly,
No, you had your
we'll,
word, man.
we'll get into the how do I have it on the on the page here? The rare Murray missteps: Garfield, Ghostbusters, etc.
That's pretty much it, really.
That's why I put etc. because I was trying to think of other things.
No.
Like Garfield 2. Like
Yeah.
that's
No, he made a sequel. That is a bad thing.
it was probably contractual obligation, which we'll get into the reason why he did Garfield and Ghostbusters and the Bill Murray stories in just a few minutes. Stick around. We're going to break. For those of you watching, we're going to get back around at 9:30. So set your watches and join us again at 9:30. We're taking a brief break, so stay tuned.
Later.
I was not prepared for this. Hold on.
No, you weren't. He's failing again, folks. Just so you know.
I'm going to name my band the Murray Missteps.
That sounds like Rockettes a little bit, but yeah, hold on.
No,
What
that's
music
what they're
are you
calling the
doing now?
Rockettes who did perform at Trump's inauguration.
What music are you doing now?
Hey guys, thank you for watching the GUI podcast. This is Nick from Instant Replay Live. I get plugged here a lot, and I'm being allowed to do it myself this time. I'm going to plug myself as much as I can. You can check out our Twitter at INST Replay Live. I'm going to plug myself again. I'm plugging myself in front of all these guys right here. You can find us on YouTube if you search for Instant Replay Live, or youtube.com/c/Instant Replay Live, or at InstantReplayLive.com. We do video games, we do tabletop role-playing games, and we do reviews and all kinds of other stuff. So check us out.
Todsky from the YMN podcast. Big fans of Geeks Under the Influence. Talk about all the same shit, so definitely check us out, ymnpodcast.com.
This is Mike the Hobbit, direct from Fallout on a trivia night, telling you to come here every first and third Monday for trivia between 8 and 10, 25-cent wings, drink specials, prizes, and tons of really inappropriate trivia. It's a lot of fun. Do you guys agree? Definitely come out and enjoy trivia every first and third Monday at Fallout.
In addition to Fallout, Geeks Under the Influence takes over Wonderland on the corner of 18th and Main Street for Geeks Under the Influence trivia every second and fourth Tuesday. So come and check it out. Ridiculous trivia, goofy music, great food, cheap drinks on the corner of 18th and Main Street, 1727 East Main. Come and check us out 8 to 10 every second and fourth Tuesday.
Everything happened. Yeah.
That show needed an ending. Just like Deadwood needed an ending.
Surprised somebody hasn't tried to defund it and just like, here, give us 2 more episodes just to tie everything up.
Well, and I liked with that you could clearly see from the last episode of the second season that they had planned that out from the beginning with the tattoo and with the
We're not caught up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's not gonna watch it. She hates that fucking show.
You hate Carnival?
Just like she hates Deadwood for no
Carnival?
good reason.
She doesn't like westerns, though, right? So she doesn't like Hateful Eight
Neither
because
of those
apparently that's a western.
Sorry, I
Neither
thought
of
you were
those
still
are
on Man in
westerns.
the High Castle.
I know that. Man, have you finished that yet?
That's why.
No, that's why I thought
God
that's
damn
what
it.
they were talking about.
No, tighten up a Man in High Castle.
I need to.
Yeah, I'm still like 5 episodes from.
Actually,
finishing the
Katie, I'm 2 episodes away from finishing the first season, so I have no problem revisiting that series with you. If you want that to be the next thing that we do.
It's a good series. Watch the shit out of that.
It's worth it.
And season 2, the way it ends, dude. Oh.
By the way, I'm not going to get the Germans' opinion on whether or not a show is good because it's about a bunch of Germans that take over the United States of America.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what? That's better than what happened today.
Holy shit. Oh, it's true.
Are we doing a Philip K. Dick?
We're going to do a sci-fi novel author episode.
I'm debating on whether doing a straight-up Philip K. Dick or not.
Does he deserve a whole episode, though? Do you think?
We could easily.
You think?
Dude,
With
there is
Philip K.
so
Dick?
much.
Oh, yeah.
Have
Do
Anthony
you
on.
remember
He
the
loves
movie
Dick.
Next with Nick Cage?
Or Paycheck.
Or Paycheck?
Paycheck!
Deeply.
Or Minority Report.
So
or
you went from all second half to first half right there. 'Cause,
exactly.
Yeah, those first 2 could die in a fire.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck.
Adjustment Bureau, Total Recall.
Oh, because you've never heard of an author getting bad adaptations. Stephen King.
Yeah. Just wait till those episodes come out. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've got some words for those shitty.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Holy fuck.
I'm sure you do. Woo! But we are back for the second half of Geeks Under the Influence. Our episode all about Bill Murray, but just like every episode on the second half, not only have we drank a lot on the break, but we've also decided to go into what we are drinking. And also holding up signs saying we love Bill Murray.
Did you get some of the...
So, the first one up, if you guys want to pass this around, is probably easier.
Ooh, Avery Brewing. Nice.
Avery Brewing Company is what I did.
Kaiser Sose.
This is actually going in perfectly into the second half where we're talking about stories about Bill Murray, things that he did. In 2012, Bill Murray did a couch crash tour where he actually, through the entirety of the summer, crashed on people's couches. And the trick was that you had to take pictures of the banner that you would hang outside of your party saying Bill Murray can sleep here, and he would decide whether or not to show up. And the one rule that he had is that while he was at the party, you could not call him Bill Murray. You had to call him Kaiser Soze.
That's awesome.
So, in honor of that, I'm doing the Avery Brewing Company, the Kaiser, as my share for the evening. So, what do we think?
It's not bad.
Imperial Oktoberfest.
Okay.
Oktoberfest lager.
It doesn't. No, I don't get any of that at all.
No.
Not at all. And you know I love my Marzens. This is not tasting like Oktoberfest.
You love your Martians?
I do.
What's a Martian?
Marzen.
It tastes more marzipan than Marzen.
I took Martian
It's pronounced
from that.
Martzen. But yeah.
Fuck you, German.
I'm just helping.
Yeah, I see what they were going for with this.
Yeah, I do, but it didn't follow through.
It's got a heavy footstep right up front. It's not much. It's.
I mean, I guess
What
it's
is it?
kind of there.
What's the note there?
Shit.
No, it's not that bad. Damn.
No. I mean, it's not
No.
that level, but
It's Richmond, January 20th morning.
Oh, what is that flavor?
Shall I try
know
and place
I know it very
I
well.
haven't tried it yet.
Try it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
You're on
Peer
camera
pressure.
now. This is great.
That's not a happy face.
It's not a happy face at all.
I've seen that face before.
Yes, jackboot footsteps. I don't I don't know what to say. Ooh. I don't like beer.
I don't know about this beer.
No, I'm not.
This is the to review. This is the Kaiser from Avery Brewing Company. What's the ABV on this?
9.25.
9.5%.
9.5.
9.5% on this one.
Ooh, heavy
Not
hitters.
sessionable.
Yeah, this is in honor of Bill Murray going as Kaiser Sose when he did the 2012. I'm doing it. I didn't hit play.
I know. I
Thing.
noticed
You
that.
saw that? Yeah.
Yeah. And that camera's not working, or it's not flowing, or something. I don't know what's going on with that.
Oh, and Jodi's having such a face on that camera.
That is. I think that was after. I think I was right at my comment about the put your mouth on it, and
That's a good face.
you might choke a little.
Just froze on.
Oh, was that recorded? All right, good. I was
No,
in that
it's just-
moment. Oh, it's not on there.
He just forgot to hit record.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
No, it's. I see what's happening.
Oh, it's not green.
No, it got. I see it got unplugged by somebody walking by.
Oh, motherfuckers. All right, please plug it in.
I'm doing it.
Thank you.
Warts and all.
That's the joy of the video stream, is that you get all the good little bits, including Jodi in freeze frame.
It's still not.
Well, it's plugged in.
Has that been just
Yeah, 'cause I have
showing me
it
making
might
that
take
face?
a second. Hold on. Let me see what I can do here.
Just keep making
I
faces.
don't even know what I can do. Tell you what, I'm gonna do this. For all our live streamers, thank you so much for dealing with us. We're still figuring this out. I'm removing that. Yes.
I hope you've been drinking as much as we have, so you'll find this funny. I would.
Or more.
I'll be like, look at these assholes.
This is not.
No, dude, it's not.
This is not good.
Kyle would drink this. Smash would drink the shit out of this.
This is where Kyle's useful because we can pour our cups into his
Yeah.
cup and he'll just drink it
But I
anyway.
need to finish this so I can drink this.
Yeah, I know. If I know,
And-
I would have put just a tiny, tiny sip in here.
Chug
so.
it, dude. Just get rid of it.
Really?
That's what I did. Or do you want another cup?
What are you gonna
There
do?
we go.
Oh,
We do have
on.
plenty of cups.
I do have an empty cup right here. You can just.
no,
have
it's,
that.
I don't waste beer unless it's really bad. Like that shut up stuff, I'd pour that down the fucking drain.
Which one?
It's called Shut Up. It's by Center of the Universe. It's so foul.
I don't know. That NASCAR wine we had. That was pretty fucking rough.
Yeah, dude.
I don't even remember. I know there's a NASCAR reference, but it was.
Yeah, what was the NASCAR
Yeah, I don't remember
reference? Oh,
following
was,
it.
it, was,
Even
it,
for
that
cheap wine.
was it Earnhardt something?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it had the 3 on it.
Yeah, it had
the
the
three.
three
But
Dale.
For cheap wine, it still was
Bad.
really
Is that the
fucking
dead
rough.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Dale's the dead one. He bought it for the reboot episode because Earnhardt Jr. was
A reboot of
Was the rebirth?
Rebirth of his dad.
his
Afterwards,
feelings.
and-
I don't think he's even gotten a championship, whatever they do. So
They're getting
Belt, he hasn't got
a real good
he's-
idea of
he's won a
what
few.
happens on pre-production here, because this is upside down.
yeah, it's on. It's green. Green.
Is number 3 the one that has that ride at King's Dominion that made me lose
Yes, the
consciousness?
Intimidator. Yes,
Yeah.
that was Earnhardt's
lost
name when he wrote when he drove.
I lost consciousness.
No,
It was pretty awesome, but
Reminds me of Mr. Show.
That was Earnhardt's when Earnhardt was when he was alive and driving, because he died while racing. His name was the Intimidator, because basically what his deal was, because he was, in my opinion, any kind of sportsmanlike thing, it was an asshole move. He would bump the car in front of him.
It's called rubbing. And it's legal.
It's still it's like icing the kicker.
I went to his thunder with it. It's called rubbing. It's legal.
Dude, that's what I tell her all the time.
All right,
Holy shit!
we're good.
Oh,
All right, I do
good.
one part
Oh.
of the ball there. All right.
oh. It's,
All right,
That's my old knowledge.
The actual camera is upside down. Like the way you have it actually positioned. It says Logitech upside down.
thank you for informing me on something that I totally knew already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
he flipped it because
Yeah.
Oh, he flipped
We're good. We're good.
All right.
it's called
so now we're back.
mansplaining.
Yeah. Is that what it
So
is?
now we're back.
I was just trying to be helpful.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of Geeks Under the Influence.
We're so sorry.
Yeah. So Avery
But not
Brewing
really.
Company, the Kaiser. overall just not so much a big fan of.
No. And I thought Crump swears everything I did was good. He probably likes it.
It's not bad.
It's not great.
But it's not great.
I would never drink that again.
Yeah, it's not something that I would actively pursue, but if this was brought over, I would not, upset, let's say somebody I came over for a podcast to visit by leaving them with a half-full bottle. I would definitely, take more sips just to make sure that everything was okay, that, be a gracious guest, is
guest in your own home?
If it was me, if I came over and somebody served me some of this, I would maybe put more in my cup, maybe.
Oh, no. That's all. No.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Are you fine?
Thank you for your hospitality, sir.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It tastes like beer. It tastes a lot like beer. It's
don't know
very
what beer tastes
beery.
like.
It's a beery taste.
You don't know what beer tastes
The review from the non-beer fan.
Exactly.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. Lowdown, you brought a chair here.
I went a little East Coast local and brought some Hardywood Cassowary. And it is their Imperial Milk Stout. This is 2016 was the first year they released this. And it is the base beer that they use for their Trickery and their Foolery beers. Trickery comes out around Halloween. Foolery comes out around the spring. There's one other beer that they use it for. I can't remember the name right offhand. But I guess they decided, hey, we add a bunch of shit to it and it sells. Let's try just using the base run of it and see how it goes. This is my second bottle. I only bought 2. It's good. It's a kick in the dick. It's 11%. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's a dick kicker, huh?
It's a kick in the balls, man.
It's a dick kicker.
It's a dick kicker.
Is that just what it's like GUI fact where that's just now a term that we use? It's a dick
It's
kicker.
a kick in the dick, man.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's no dick kicker, all right?
By the way, I gotta give it to Hunter. The GUI fact thing has run.
GUI fact.
It's a GUI fact. That's definitely a thing. And now I'm pretty sure dick kicker is now going to be a new GUI thing.
I like it. You're welcome.
Yeah.
But we're getting ready to crack into this, and I wish it was a little colder though, because this is a heavier beer. It would go well for 30 degrees or so outside. But Virginia's having a really weird spring in the middle of January.
means Virginia.
In March, we're going to get fucked so hard in March.
So, yeah.
You mean 20 inches of snow?
Yeah,
Something, man.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, fucked for Virginia.
Oh, I thought you were doing this for getting fucked so hard in March.
Well, that, but also snow days.
Oh, snow. Oh, yeah.
Because you get fucked that hard in March during a snow day. What else you gonna do on a snow day?
nothing to do.
Fuck.
Her break is in April.
I got to go to work on a snow day.
Her break is in
I
April.
know.
That's where the fuck so hard
Baby,
is
I
gonna
got
happen.
the eggs, I got the bread. It's time to fuck so hard.
I can pour the milk on you.
Would you fuck me so hard? I'd fuck me so hard.
No.
Hard fuck, man.
I'd fuck me so hard.
That's enough of that.
Thank you.
All right, so pass it around. Give it out. Let's see what we think about this.
Let's get this going.
All right, while that's going, what is everybody else drinking?
Well, I'm as far as my sessionable beer, as Jodi would say. You got really excited. You got super excited. I'm doing Schlitz because Bill Murray is a product of the 70s and 80s, much like Schlitz is a product of the 70s or 80s.
Also, no, actually, it came out before then.
Well, no, his fame came around the 70s, 80s. Also, I like Schlitz, and it was available, so that's why I bought it, and I'm trying to justify why I bought it. So,
yeah, guys, this looks like motor oil. Just letting you know.
What are you pouring? The
cassowary.
The cassowary. Yeah.
It's like staining the cup. It's like motor oil. Look at that.
Imperial Milk
Look at that.
Stout.
We're not going to be able to use these red cups
man.
again.
Yeah, it's.
It won't be
I'm
red.
ruining the solo cups.
God damn
All
it.
right.
I'm
pass
going
it
to
around
just have
here.
a mouthful.
New ringtone.
So is that new? So I'm guessing that's new for you because normally, no. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
That was an insult to Tim, but
Oh, yeah, I got that.
yeah, he got it.
Oh, that's
As he sits quietly.
that's really good.
Right? Isn't it delicious?
That's really good.
And it's 11%. Like this is definitely I'm drinking.
Much, much better.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, yeah,
you
no,
like
that's-
that mouthful, huh?
I love it.
I know you do.
I'm used to this mouthful though. I've had it before.
No, you've had that mouthful before.
I just said that. You is this the Grand Canyon?
You're talking about my mouthful, right?
I'm talking about.
Oh.
They poured a whole cup
I'm just
Your
thinking
wife
all the
poured a
stuff I'm
mouthful.
going to cut out on the audio version of this. Like, let's move forward here.
He's trying to come with a comeback.
I
It's cool.
fucking love this. This is great. This was only available for like a weekend, basically, right?
It was released for a weekend, and they were completely sold out within it was the first year, so I think people didn't know what to make of it. They just heard the names of the beers it was attached to, and I think that's what kind of stirred it, because Trickery sells out within the weekend. The weekend is released.
Well, it's also
done.
like it's the impression. Like, this had no impression. It was a new beer. Just like when Gingerbread Stout first came out, it sold out incredibly fast because nobody knew that it was going to be that good. Mm-hmm. And now, like, people line up around the fucking block to get Gingerbread Stout.
No shit.
I think they have another one here because Cassowary is a fucking good beer.
It's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
Although, Katie, not a fan?
No, it's a little too
Milky?
thick for me.
Again, something she's probably not used to.
How do I describe this without y'all jumping all over it?
Could you speak more clearly so I can make that a ringtone?
It's a little too thick for me.
There we go. There it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's
God. He's gonna masturbate to that.
I was gonna say,
hard. Oh,
bathroom breaks at work will be a whole different thing.
Sir, not in my work bathroom. Like, that would be so weird for me. No, not doing that. It would actually fuck up sex for me. There's the wrong coworker would come in, and then it would just like ruin it for me. I love this. It's got malt to it. It's I don't want to say it. It's creamy.
it's creamy, man. It's creamy.
Creamy.
Mike, can you isolate that audio for a ringtone?
That's the next ringtone.
It's creamy.
Well, tell you what. When you start editing the podcast, you can segment my.
Be a good sport, fucko.
No. Moving forward.
I second that motion.
The other thing I'm drinking is Mama's Little Yellow Pills by Oscar Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's the first beer I've ever had by them.
Everything that I've had from them has been fantastic. The one that everybody knows from them is Dale's Pale. But there's also
They have an IPA.
1050 is their motor oil. That's really fucking
They had
good.
one called Beerito. It's a Mexican lager.
And it's a nice, clean, bright, fun, easy drinking, probably around 5% beer.
They have
It's
one
super
that's really
tasty.
gross. It's called Death by Coconut. It's a coconut porter.
I've not had that one.
A fucking coconut.
Yeah, let's avoid that one.
Yeah, it's
But
disgusting.
Oscar Blues, their East Coast location is in Asheville.
Brevard. They're from Brevard,
Brevard, North Carolina.
which is right outside of Asheville. That's where I went to summer camp.
I know that. Of course, that's where you learned angry scissoring was in Brevard.
This one time at summer camp. Yeah.
Wasn't there like an experimentation conversation happen at the beginning of this?
That's the name of the episode. Is Angry Scissors in Brevard.
Her parents do listen to this.
It was an all-girls camp.
You're not helping your case.
Yeah.
Some suction cupping happened. It's fine. It's fine.
my God.
It's fine. No judgment.
All right.
It's fine.
Am I up?
Lowdown. Besides the yellow pills, is that what you're mainly drinking on? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well then, yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to start with what I'm mainly drinking on, which is PBR, just because, you know.
In honor
It's
of
cheap and easy.
Bill Murray's golf pants.
There we go. But what I've brought to share tonight is Penner, which is also by Oscar Blues. And the reason I bought this is because of Kingpin, in honor of
Penner.
the Bill Murray
Yeah,
movie.
That's appropriate.
It's an IPA, only 4.9%, so not too bad. I'm not usually a fan of IPAs, so here we go. Let's see.
Is this your first time trying it?
It's first time trying it.
Okay. What you thinking?
It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't usually like IPAs, but it's actually not that heavy of an IPA. It's pretty smooth, not too hoppy.
Get more of the floral note than the bitter back end kind of thing. Okay.
I feel like definitely.
Jodi is just like
you're a champ. You're a champ. I got to give it to you. You
I gotta give it like Jodi.
I know even your husband can't do this.
The more that she's on the episodes, the more she tries beers because I think she understands that Yucky Face. Now that we're doing video, just sells so much better.
3 beers. I mean, come on.
Yeah, 3 in a
also,
night.
to be fair, I tried tequila
right?
on this podcast, and I made way worse a Yucky Face than you've ever made with beer.
The last beer that I tried, like, not only did my head pull back, it like involuntarily rocked side to side.
Which one was that?
Fair enough. That's solid. That's a decent IPA. I do not dislike that.
Yeah,
and
it's not bad.
Very, very iffy about IPAs.
Yeah.
That's solid. Well balanced. That's solid.
It's not bong water. It's
again.
I mean, again,
Oscar
awesome.
Blues is just reinforcing my feeling on them, which is they know how to make fucking beer.
And I would like to plug Once Upon a Vine.
Yes.
In here because it's really great. I go into Once Upon a Vine. I went to the Southside location because that's near where I live here, and no matter what I throw at them, which I'm always, they always are great with, do you need any help? But I throw anything out at them of what I'm looking for, and they are always, no matter how ridiculous it, like on their facial expressions look, they are always willing to help, and they are always very nice. Even if they are grasping at straws, they are so willing to help you get what you want from there.
Agreed. And even the north side location, I've dealt with that as well, where I'm wandering around for like 30 minutes trying to find something that matches the theme of the episode, and somebody will come over and be like, okay, what do you need? And I go, okay, here's the thing. We have a podcast. I'm looking for thematics. I need a beer that's like something to do with the NES system. Mm-hmm. And they're like, fuck. Like, what do we do? But they start brainstorming with you and they start working with you. So, and also we're not supporting Once Upon a Vine because they pay us money or anything. We pay for our booze. It's just, it's a great local spot for booze, and they treat us right and they take care of us. So,
and also I liked when I went in there for this one, I said, I've been in here before, but I don't know who really helped me. Like the person that actually, I had a couple of people help me with it, but they remembered me from the last time, which was nice. They actually like recognize and appreciate the local company that comes in there and really wants to shop with somebody locally. So
yeah,
I love both locations. Both have been equally as
agreed.
Informative as fuck.
Which are, I guess, technically not part of the same ownership, right?
No, they're not. They're completely different entities. They just, I guess, the name isn't copyrighted in any way, shape, or form.
Local beer stores taking care of their local people. Yeah, no, it's great.
And amongst the beer stores, though, like I don't know about Corks and Kegs, but I feel like they all kind of promote.
Probably
and
know
help
how
each
to
other.
take care of the people coming in with weird fucking questions.
No, Corks and Kegs does that. I'm just saying, as far as being small, I guess the mom and pop compared to the Total Wines, the mom and pop beer stores, they all kind of know, they're all there for the same purpose.
Yeah. All right, we got to move on to Hunter.
Besides,
are you doing Bud Light tonight?
No. Luckily, I was able to pick up not at the ghetto store next to you.
Okay, all right.
Besides the Lowdown in my mouth and the Kitty in my mouth, which are both delicious. Not so much the Kaiser there, but
Mike, you're disgusting.
I tried to actually pick up either the Bold Rock Blood Orange, or Steven had introduced me to a Devil's Backbone last week that was really good. But they had neither of them, so I just picked up your good old Bold Rock, just regular.
Wait, they didn't have the Vienna Lager?
No.
What?
They were out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, they sold out. I'm saying they know they had to have it.
Yeah. They
had to have it.
I saw the label for it, just no fucking beer there. So.
Yeah.
That's actually a beautiful thing that Backbone, Blue Mountain, they got distribution for days now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can get Vienna everywhere now. It's great. It's fucking great.
Now, mind you, I was going to the Barnes that's about to shut down in like 10 days, so they might not be as...
restocking?
worried about restocking as some other places.
Which one is this?
The one across from the theater.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I gotta hit another spot now when it comes.
All right, Anthony, and our regular listeners already know what you're going to say.
Oh, well. I only brought this particular whiskey from the house because we all know that Bill motherfucking Murray is from a goddamn Irish family of 10 million children. So I brought Hellcat Maggie.
Say it right.
7 or 9.
Say it right.
Hellcat Maggie.
There you go.
It's fucking amazing. And
It is good.
Because it is, I think it's one of the better synthesis of Irish whiskey and American whiskey.
Good blend.
So it is. And, it's Asian, American whiskey barrels. So it really comes across as being like kind of a nice, like, middle ground. So anyway, that's what I'm drinking.
So this is the sleeper sauce for Grutz. So we'll see. We'll see.
That's true.
The
That's very
sleeper
true.
sauce is the fact that I got 3 hours of sleep last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not on the couch, so.
But there's nothing for you to lean against. There's no wall for you to like rest
Exactly.
your head
So I'm
He's
just
going to
gonna
rest
like,
his head comfortably against the foam microphone.
We get that feedback.
Yeah, when you
sound.
hear the thunk, that's Anthony passing the fuck out.
on. Oh, like that. Like
Finally, we got Yankee Blue Jeans. Miss Jodi, what are you drinking on tonight?
Well, as is often the case, I have nothing to be proud of. I'm drinking box wine. Moving on.
You got the
Still?
Boda box, right?
Well, buzz marketing, yes. I know the good folks at Boda need a little help, so yes, I will give them a shout out. I'm drinking Bota Box Red Volution.
Red Volution?
Yes, Red Volution.
Well,
It
so-
is red.
I figure
So
we're
it's a
talking
red
about
blend, or is
we're talking about the low rent beer that we're drinking. You need to talk about what brand of low rent wine you're drinking.
All right. Well, I just did. Yes, it is a red blend. Would you like to try it?
Sure.
Okay.
well, speaking of Red Volution, since we just got a president elected by Russia, I think that's pretty fucking poignant.
It's good.
Not to the theme of the episode,
It's
but
not
maybe
bad
to
for
what's
box.
happening in,
had a lot worse.
Well,
the world.
It is that day.
All right. We got to get moving forward.
Yeah, we got-
We're talking about Bill Murray, right?
Bill motherfucking Murray.
I'm just talking about Bill Murray. That's what we're doing tonight. And really, the Bill Murray stories is the best way to start off the second half. Not only is he one of the most hilarious comedic actors of our time, but he lives life like no one has before him. He knows how to use his fandom, not to be a dick about it, but to just enrich the lives of people that he runs across. So let's talk about the Bill Murray stories. There's multiple websites set up that are called No One Will Ever Believe You, based on several stories. It's urban legends at this point. So
Go ahead, darling.
I got to jump in first because I don't have many, and I think Katie has more. And I think she mentioned earlier that one of them was one that is very special to me.
Go for it.
Bill Murray going to a party and fucking doing all the dishes in the sink, because that was me in college.
And I like with that story, like he starts out like he goes to the party with this girl that he's met at a bar.
Yeah.
And the reason he started doing the dishes is because he wanted to make sure everybody had something like to drink out of. And then once that was taken care of, he's like, no, I'm just going to finish the dishes before he leaves the party.
How many times, Mike, when Crump lived here, would I disappear into the kitchen and he would be like, Jodi, are you doing dishes?
Well, that's like we do group messages before episodes to kind of see where everybody is with the episode. And Katie brought up the dish doing episode, and I said, you know who would also like that? Jodi, which she went, yes, no, I also do like that that story.
I got to say one thing. It's kind of general, but we talked earlier about him, like, you know, doing something that really sells the comedy. And I think, like, in a big way, this has nothing to do with being funny. has nothing to do with making people happy. This is just who he is, genuinely. This is why his comedy is so funny, is because he and this is something he talked about a little bit at the awards show, but like this is just who he is. He's always been Bill motherfucking Murray, and when he goes and does crazy shit and just having fun with random people, it's not because he's trying to be viral. It's not because he's trying to like get on the internet or create crazy stories for people.
It's not a shtick.
Exactly. It's just because he fucking enjoys it. And that's his fucking personality.
But that's exactly why it sells so well to the populace, is that if it was something that he was trying to like maintain his brand or something, it would be seen as bullshit.
No, but sells is the wrong word. That's what I'm saying. He's not selling anything. He's not doing
shit. What he is that he's like a chick from Labyrinth, where he looks at the populace and he looks at how people aren't able to talk to each other and how awkward it is when you're around people that you're not familiar with, and all that anxiety that you deal with in public. And he goes, "You have no power over me."
Oh, God.
I don't think it's a public service, though. I don't think he's doing it for the greater good. He's doing it because he enjoys to do it, and it's just who he is.
And not only that, he's doing it because he knows he can.
Exactly.
Anybody can, but he enjoys doing it, and he has no
Anybody
fucking fear.
can do it.
He has no fucking fear. That's part of who he is.
That's actually a thing that I think a lot of people need to gather from him, is that that ultimately what it comes down to is the fact is that you don't have anything to stand up against strangers against. Like, they're strangers. You can do whatever the fuck you want to as long as you don't.
You can't. You can't jump behind a bar and bartend unless you're Bill fucking Murray.
True.
Well,
so true. That's fucking true.
Agree, but let's take it in little baby steps, like in little baby steps, like in What About Bob, where a normal human being that is not Bill Murray cannot jump behind a bar, but what they can do is talk to strangers walking down the street and be like, "I hope you're having a good day. What a great day it is. You're pretty, but not in a weird way." And just fucking hang out and have a good time and be ridiculous and have fun and enjoy your life. And you're allowed to do that. You can't get behind a bar because you're not Bill Murray. But you can enjoy life and let people around you enjoy life because they feel how much you're enjoying life. And that's what Bill Murray basically is at this point.
I just want a quick add on to that. So you're saying everyone has a chance to just be like, the end of Scrooged, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the miracle, and the miracle's inside you.
It's inside you. You can do it. You can. It's in you. I figured it out. Yeah, so everyone can just do that?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good Murray.
Thank you.
I gotta give you props on that.
Thank you.
But also, going into that, you're clearly seeing that he's not doing it for publicity, or he's not doing it because it's the no one will believe you moments where he's hiding behind somebody and covering their eyes.
He doesn't want the press to know about it.
Right.
Like, he's just fucking with people.
Right. And he's fucking with people and he's fucking with the press at the same time, because when the press is asking him about these situations, he is never confirming or denying any of the situations.
He's like, that would be super weird if I did that.
Right.
If he was doing it for the publicity, he would have a fucking camera crew with him.
Right.
It'd be a reality show.
It would be a reality show.
Right.
But the thing is, it's Bill Murray. He doesn't have to. He understood viral marketing before that was even a thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only other person I can say that potentially does it, and Bill Murray does it tops, is fucking Tom Hanks with, I don't know if you've seen where he's taking the photo of the dude passed out drunk.
Yeah.
You just fucking are going to miss this shit, takes a photo with him, but Bill Murray does it on a higher level.
Yeah.
There's that weird line where you understand how famous you are, but you don't take it for granted. And I think Tom Hanks and Bill Murray are the only two people that have ever discovered that line.
When you reach America's Treasure status, you are able to do that. Betty White doesn't know what she's
no,
missing.
fair
like
enough.
she's done the reality
Betty
show
White
route.
could fuck with people all day long.
Betty White could do whatever she fucking wanted. Like, she's been monetizing it, and I appreciate that, and Bill ain't doing that. But Betty White could jump behind a bar, bitch.
And she's fucking 95 years old, so she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Betty White can try to stab somebody, and people are like, "It's so cute."
Stan Lee could do the same thing.
Yeah.
He could literally just go into a bar and go behind her and make
Stan Lee
a drink.
can murder a person in public, and people were like, "He's just researching a new character."
Excelsior, you're dead, bitch.
So true, though. But, I mean, yeah, there are all these people that have that stature, and, like, really, there's only a very few that
As long
actually
as
stay.
after he like murders the guy, he goes Excelsior, then it's fine.
I don't know if anybody's seen that. What's that show? Goddamn, Billy on the Streets or whatever like
Yes.
that. And what's
yes.
great is he asks just regular people comes up and he's like, "What do you think of this person?" And they're like, "I don't know." And then he's like, "Well, here's that person right now." And the fact that he catches people off guard, it's the closest you can get to documenting kind of like a Bill Murray experience, where he just was like, "Let's get this going on and see how people react." And some people were like, I remember they had John Oliver, and they're like, "I don't know who the fuck John Oliver is." He's like, "Well, he's right behind me."
And then he runs off. He's like, "You're terrible," and runs away. He is my favorite of all the things. We spend so much time
He
watching
just
him on
catches people
YouTube.
off guard, and they just start talking shit about the celebrity, not knowing the celebrities. Like Seth Rogen's like right there. He's like, "I don't find him funny." He's like, "Well, you can tell him right here. He's fucking right there."
The Christmas Carol thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the one with the lesbians? It's like 5 different lesbians, and like he has people answer a question, and then he polls the lesbians. He's like, "What do you think, lesbians?" "No, you're wrong," and runs away. And like one of the lesbians kind of is older and tired and gets slow, and he's like, "Catch up to us, lesbian." Anyway, Murray.
Murray, one of the things
Murray and lesbians.
you guys might know is that Murray is a diehard baseball fan. To the point where he's actually a owner of the River Dogs, a minor league team. To the point where there's video of there was a rain out and they had all the tarps over the field, and Murray just happened to be in town and visiting his team and decided to slip and slide all over the fucking field. So everybody waiting for the rain out to end was allowed to enjoy the mid-show of Bill fucking Murray like slip and sliding and running around the bases and like running across the tarps and like slip and sliding and having a fucking blast. And it's on YouTube. You can find it. It's absolutely wonderful. It's so much fun. It's just a complete example of him not giving a shit. It wasn't him really building up the team. It was just him there and being like, I know I can do this and get away with it, so fuck it.
He was honestly one of the factors when the Cubs won this year was just the fact that every time there was a Cubs game, he was fucking there. And that made you almost cheer for the Cubs just a little bit more. The fact that you're like, all right, come on, Cubs. And Bill Murray. Like, fucking go, man. Like,
you know what? If he was a Bears fan the same way that he's a Cubs fan and he was doing that last season, I wouldn't have this weird thing about I'm not a Chargers fan anymore. I don't know what team to root for. Oh, like I'm with Bill Murray. I'm gonna be a Bears
so
fan.
Fucking cool. They would just the camera would be on him every fucking game. We're talking about the World Series, and
I'm telling you, Bill Murray. If you contact me and tell me that I should be a Bears fan, I will tell you I will be a Bears fan. Like, yeah, Bill Murray. I'm telling you right now, you can add one more fandom to the Bears just by telling me to be a fan of the Bears. That's it. Honestly, any team. Bill Murray, tell me what team I should root for.
Tell him the Raiders, please.
No.
Bill Murray is a fun dick, not a shitty, terrible Oakland dick. Like that's not. No, he would not. He would not do that. He would not do that.
Well, you guys have seen the video of him in the locker room after the win, right? Where he basically takes a sportscaster's microphone and the camera follows him around and he's just getting shot in the face with champagne and he can't keep his eyes open and he's just like a child, like with excitement.
he's like one of the players. I mean, honestly.
It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. So the Twain Awards was in the run up to that. And like so many people who spoke about his crazy love of baseball and how excited he was about the World Series. So when I saw that video, I was like, oh, it happened for him. Because I don't give a shit about sports, but I give a shit about Bill Murray.
Murray has said multiple times that he just he wanted to see the Cubs win, or before he died. That was it. Like, that's all he wanted, and he got to have that now.
He was I have never felt the joy of sports. But I almost felt the joy of sports.
I love that you just like grabbed your breasts as you said that. Like, I've never felt the joy of sports.
Well, no, I would grab a little lower if I was grabbing my breasts. I was actually just expressing a personal sentiment.
Or you were compressing your breasts. Like if I'm talking sports, I can't have breasts. Like,
I mean, I can't think of another celebrity that's so connected to a sports team than Bill Murray to the Cubs. I mean, like, you know, there's a few, but like
no.
But a genuine family childhood memory.
It's so many of the games.
Jack Nicholson to the Lakers?
That's
about it.
I mean, but it's easy to be a Lakers fan. They win titles. I mean, the Cubs haven't won shit since the 1900s.
That's a very good point. Very good point.
Yeah, it's easy to cheer for a team that's won multiple
Ben Affleck and the Boston Red Sox.
Well, I do appreciate that one.
It's easy to cheer for a team that's not been cursed by a goat, y'all.
Well, and with the Cubs, again, it goes back to his childhood memories of like trying to make his dad laugh. When his brother brought him to to Wrigley Field for the first game, and his brother actually made him hide his eyes until he got closer to the field, and then he revealed the field to him. He opened, he made him open his eyes, and he realized like how crazy it was and how just what a momentous
so Wrigley Field is basically his like going through the cupboard into Narnia.
That's a wardrobe, not a cupboard.
Oh, whatever.
Thinking of Indian in the cupboard.
Whatever.
So you open up a cupboard, a little man.
Narnia. So Narnia is basically Wrigley Field for Bill Murray. Yes.
Well, and I also love with his love of the Cubs, that him crashing a press conference for the president and going to the White House and declaring, I think they were in the championship.
They got a pretty good chance this year.
Yeah, with the LA Dodgers, and he's like, I think we're going to do this. And
by the way, like, I'm not a Cubs fan, but fuck the Dodgers. Fuck them in their mouths with pointy, terrible, like spike-riddled dicks.
Why?
They're from LA. And fuck any team that's from LA, including the fucking Chargers. You fucking traitors.
Wow.
Go fuck yourselves.
All right, we're done. Yeah.
Well,
and on a personal note.
Sorry, LA fans.
Wow, I don't care about sports or California, so I was so fascinated by that. That being said, the press conference thing.
You should just shit all over your stuff, man.
Just like,
so fuck your shit and continue.
I would talk, except there's so much shit in my mouth from Jodi.
It's okay.
It's like a yoga machine, just continuous.
Wash it down with that
Just digest that shit, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah.
So that press conference that he did, though, that's when he was in D.C. to do the Twain Awards.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so
okay.
it was like right before it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the day before.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Which by the way, like we got to segue into two of our panelists were actually there for the Twain Awards.
Yeah.
And got to see Bill Murray. Please hold up this amazing thing.
What the fuck?
And
this side don't look.
That side,
right.
that side don't look good. Flip it around. For the other camera
flip it
here.
around for the other side. That's just, the back is a holder.
That is the Mark Twain Prize poster signed by everybody. We
got Aziz Ansari, we got Bill Hader, Emma Stone, Bill
Weaver.
fucking Murphy, Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
Just look at that.
Fucking Sigourney.
All right, so
tell us a story.
I got to give a shout out.
Take us on a journey
to my mother. Okay, I love my mother. All right, but she happens to work for the Kennedy Center, and for years, because I know my lovely wife is a huge theater and performing arts
as nobody would know listening to her on the podcast.
There you go. So I have been milking my mother's good graces for many years because she is able to get me tickets to all kinds of things, including sold out motherfucking Bill Murray Mark Twain Prize Awards, which for our anniversary, which was back in August, I got 2 tickets for this, and it happened in October, and I knew it was going to be a good time. We love you, Bill Murray.
Oh, God damn it, we do. Hold on. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. And let me tell you, like, that night was way more than I expected.
And that's why I printed these things.
Exactly.
Just like can't hold them up regularly.
It was way more than I expected because everybody had a story, and there were all these people that were close to him, you know, people that acted with him, that were in comedy with him. His fucking brother, Brian.
The only man I'll ever call a coward, Brian Doyle Murray.
That's right, motherfucker. Everybody that was there had a great time.
Do you want to tell them who was there?
All right, so we had Aziz Ansari, Roy Blunt Jr., I think he was one of the producers he worked with, Jane Curtin, old SNL, Miley Cyrus, who fucking worked with him in his
Very Merry
Christmas.
Very Merry
special.
Christmas.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Who also fucked up her musical number and
Oh shit!
Oh, wait, Miley fucked up something?
She
I can't
fucked it
imagine.
up bad, and her handlers had to lead her back on stage and make her do it again because she halfway through she was like, "I forgot the words. I'm high, y'all." Like,
So yeah, she recorded a whole second number, got it right the second time, and that's what you will see on TV.
On
when you see it.
PBS, which, by the way, it's going to be running again on the 27th
Right.
on PBS.
So there was some good musical acts. Bill Hader from modern, SNL.
who performed twice, once in character and once as himself.
Right.
What was his character?
He was a priest.
Yeah, he was a priest.
He was like the
So
family
he was
priest.
He was not holding his hands over his face and
No.
talking about like
No, he
really
was-
good clubs.
No.
He was
in
not
New York.
Stefan. No.
No, Jimmy Kimmel was there. David Letterman, which of course they have a mad relationship.
David Letterman took down the fucking house. He had the best stories. He made me tear up.
Yeah.
Did he have his beard or?
He had the fucking retirement beard.
That's fucking awesome.
He will always have that beard now.
That he rocks
Like
that
I
fucking
said,
beard.
he was shaving for how many years? Like, he can grow a beard now. It's awesome.
It's
Like,
pretty badass.
Let's see. Sigourney Weaver. Emma Stone. I haven't seen the movie they did together.
yeah, I don't know how that... what movie was that?
Oh, God.
Ivan Reitman, which produced like a bunch of his movies back in the 80s.
Zombieland.
Oh, no
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come on, guys.
Holy shit.
That's right. I forgot.
She had black hair then, okay?
I'm picking on Steven. You're
She hasn't had black hair in a while, okay? Give me a break.
Fucking Paul Schaefer, who, well, of course, worked with him on SNL. And
Nobody
A Very Merry
gives Paul
Christmas.
Schaefer enough credit. He's
he's a fucking...
he's a time and a half musician. Like he's been involved in so many projects. He's done so much.
He's
shit
that guy that's
musically.
been everywhere.
But he
Yeah.
was in A Very Merry Christmas. He was
Yeah,
in
he was.
Yeah,
most
of course.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that's like the thing with that is like you see how many people he has influenced and how many people want to be a part of that.
Right.
And not even just fandom, but like in the realm of people that are celebrities themselves that are honored to be around Bill Murray. Like they see him as like above them. Like Bill Murray is a different level.
He is. Because he's genuine.
But that's the thing. He doesn't see himself as a different level, and that's why.
Because he's genuine.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
he doesn't have that fucking, like, pompous, sort of, like,
No.
big entertainment ego.
He'll fuck with you if you're a co-star. He'll fuck with you the same way if you're a random person on the fucking street.
And I think that's what my favorite thing about just something directly from him or directly from somebody that has talked with him is the author of the book, Gavin Edwards. He was doing an interview with Melissa McCarthy about working with Bill Murray on St. Vincent. And one of my favorite quotes that he says that she totally agrees with is, I feel like Bill Murray is secretly teaching us how to live. And I feel like that is just so correct, so genuine, and just absolutely right.
But also a thing that came from St. Vincent is the fact that on the set, Bill Murray would eat bananas and throw the peels out in front of people, not to trip them up. He threw them out well ahead of time, just so we could see how people would react to a banana peel being thrown out in front of them. And most people were just like stopped and went like, really? Like confused. Because Bill Murray. So Melissa McCarthy sat there and watched Bill Murray do this to like 8 people. Where they would walk by and he would just like throw a banana in front of them and they'd be like well ahead of them, where not like right before they stepped on it, not trying to get them to slip, but just to see what they would do.
Was this in one sitting?
Yeah, in one sitting.
So you just ate bananas and for comedic?
I don't know if he actually ate all the bananas. I don't know the specifics on it, but yeah, just like throwing banana peels out, and people were like getting like confused by it. Like, what are you trying to do right now?
Imagine if you're like a grip, you're just walking by, like, did Bill Murray just throw a bunch of fucking banana peels at me? Like, what the
Yeah, no shit. But that's exactly what we're talking about with the Bill Murray stories, is that he just tries shit and sees if it works. Like, he doesn't give a shit.
He's like a celebrity that just doesn't take himself so seriously to put himself above doing shit like that.
Honestly,
like,
I think him doing these things is how he centers himself. Honestly.
Well, and also, like, there are the things that he does, like, as far as, you know, sleeping on someone's couch, showing up to somebody's engagement photos. One of my favorite recent stories is the fact that he bartended at his son's bar in Brooklyn, and he did a toast there where he just basically acknowledged his son and was so proud of all of the accomplishments that he had made. And it's just those little things that make him, you know, people have celebrity status to everybody else. But with Bill Murray, it's almost like you have to separate it, because he is a celebrity, but he makes himself so available and just so wonderful to everybody else.
Well, and that ties into something. I've got a little track that I want to play real quick. We're talking about Bill Murray just doing shit. Bill Murray crashed a bachelor party, and he joked around with the bachelor and his wedding party and everything, and then he started talking about what it means to be involved with somebody and what it takes to know that they're the one. And there's about a minute audio that I want to play for you guys. So here we go.
So now here, listen here. I'm going to give you all this advice because it's too late for this. Besides, she's 100%. I recommend to you. Incredible. If you have someone that you think is the one, shit. Don't just sort of think in your ordinary mind and think, okay, let's make a date, let's plan this and make a party and get married. Take that person and travel around the world. Buy a plane ticket for the two of you to travel all around the world and go to places that are hard to go to and hard to get out of. And if when you come back to JFK, when you land in JFK and you're still in love with that person, get married at the airport.
So yeah, that's
so true.
That's
though.
his
Think about it,
his advice, not to the betrothed because they were already taken, but all the groomsmen. That was his point.
I gotta make a point about that, and this was something that came up recently that I saw in a meme about. I think it was from Mark Twain coined it, and I'm not quoting directly, obviously, but it's basically the fact that anybody who has lived and seen the world will not fall prey to prejudice and racism, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's very loosely.
I know exactly what quote you're talking about.
What he's talking about is very much the same thing. Is if you can go around the world and connect with somebody and be friends and be in love, that's the right person.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild.
Well, it comes to, I know so many people in my day-to-day life that have never explored outside of Virginia. Like, I know a number of people that have never left Virginia. So how do you know who you are or what your life is? Like, you've got to explore outside of your state. You've got to
AKA your comfort zone.
Yeah, you've got to get out of your
fucking
comfort
road
zone.
trip at least somewhere, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
goddamn.
Like, we go on trips. I mean, some of them aren't too far away, but like we go on trips multiple places outside of Virginia. Like,
I mean, my first time to Vegas, and I fucking got married by Elvis. I mean, you know, I've never been over that far out west, and I was like, hey, let's celebrate.
My point is, I mean, and more so than ever, it is important to, you know, see how other people live because, you know, fucking shocker, spoiler, everybody in the world wants the same fucking things. They just want to be happy and fucking like have families and love each other and whatever.
Big shocker. Everybody just wants to be happy and
holy shit. Just
Holy
like
shit.
just
Surprise.
like Bill
Holy shit.
motherfucking Murray, yo.
But that's why everybody's spirit animal is fucking Bill fucking Murray, because he's able to cut it down to like this like intense degree of everybody understanding it by just his like looks or actions. You know,
I was thinking about this earlier. The way that he interacts with the screen, the way that he hits the viewer, I feel like he has a conspiratorial, like, we're in this together elbow.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons that he captures people
It's
so
his
much, because it's like he's
looking away
winking
from
at
the
you.
screen,
Yeah.
but still nodding at the screen, like, yeah, we're in this. Like, watch what I'm about to do.
Yeah,
kind
it's a
of tone.
conspiratorial
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
bro.
No,
Bro,
that's
bro.
actually super legit. Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Everyone's spirit animal should be Bill Murray because everyone just wants to be happy, and like it goes back to the whole power of laughter thing. And Bill Murray, I feel like, just gets that. Like he completely understands that. It goes to one of the stories I came across today of him where this gentleman wrote it up. It was him. He and his son were at a hospital, and his son was constantly in and out of a hospital due to for brain surgeries because it massive after effects of having meningitis. Right. So he and his son are sitting outside the hospital. They're waiting in front for the valet to bring the car, and Bill Murray walks out of the same hospital with a group of people, right? And like the father seeing this, kind of like just got excited, you know, it's fucking Bill Murray, like waved at him, like hey, you know, and Bill Murray immediately took what was in his hands, handed it off to the people he was with, shooed them away, go ahead without him, and he just walked over to them, open armed, he hugged them. And immediately got on one knee in front of his son who was in a wheelchair and started talking to his son. And all he did was talk about how, like, the father was talking about how, like, you know, when he was a kid, his dad would go and wake him up, you know, after the mom was asleep, and they'd go out and watch SNL and watch all the old SNL skits, and he would talk to the son, you know, like, and just, you know, say, what are you into, what do you like, and then all three of them would talk about, like, the power of laughter and how how you've got to be strong to laugh about this crazy thing we're in called life and, like, all this stuff. And that was a really inspirational story because it's just nice to see, like we're doing this episode because it's fucking Bill Murray, and it's fucking Bill Murray for a reason. He's that fucking huge. He's created that name is just up there, right? And the fact that someone that high up and has been in it so long and done so much for everybody in his craft that he still is like that simple. Where like, no, I want to make people laugh. There's power in laughter, and that's what we all need to get fucking by because this life can be shit, and that's beautiful to me. Really, that's fucking amazing.
The one share that I heard through the book and also just researching for the episode is that there was a dad that had a kid that had epilepsy issues that the kids went to the workout room with the pool and everything like that, and they came back and they were like, Bill Murray's in the room, and he's like, okay, cool, like, don't be a dick. Like, leave him alone. He's a normal person. Like, you know, if he talks to you, sure, that's totally okay, but just don't let him have his time. And Bill Murray had talked to them, and they talked for a little bit, and everything was fine. And he said, you know, I love talking with you kids. Just leave my son alone. My son's working out, you know, and wanted his son to have like workout time. The son of the author of this story, had epilepsy issues, went down to the front desk before checkout, and had a seizure. And he came down to see his son like shaking on the floor, and who was there but Bill Murray, talking very softly and sweetly, and touching him on the side and waiting, and had talked to people about paramedics and had done everything. And once Dad got there, it was like, thank you, and just like faded off into, and just didn't say a word and passed it off to Dad, and was just that guy in that moment.
I'm there to take that role until I'm no longer needed.
And
that's
fucking,
awesome, though,
and
man.
tears and tears and tears.
It's a very special episode.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, man. Like,
we love Bill Murray.
Come on.
Yes.
Like, hey.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, because there's not a lot of people that will be that person to take that role.
A lot of people
when
just
it's needed.
walk by.
Exactly. They just walk the fuck by. They don't want to put the effort into being that.
Right.
And it just, I don't know.
And he grew up in a big city, so I mean he understands that. People just walk by.
Exactly. Yeah,
So-
Chicago is fucking huge.
Yeah. So I mean it's
And let's say somebody's having a seizure on the fucking train, people walk by.
It's like, oh, okay, he must be on drugs.
Guess who don't?
Yeah.
Bill Murray don't walk by.
But again, that goes to his status.
That might be the name of the episode is Bill Murray don't walk by.
The status he has does not affect him as a person. Like
No.
you said earlier, he's still fucking Bill Murray. And it's like, where he's at, he's not above wherever he's at, taking the time to be the person he's needed to be at that time. It's awesome.
So we've just gotten like super real feels about Bill Murray.
Yeah,
like,
that was bound to happen.
I went through some stories that had me like fucking, just
so
saying.
you all have told a lot of like really emotional stories, and my mom texted me too late in the episode, so now I seem flippant. But my godfather lives in Charleston, and Bill Murray spends a lot of time there. He has a restaurant there, and
Road trip.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, man. Like,
Seriously.
GUI on the road.
So my godfather is a tour guide there, and has had a few Bill Murray run-ins on tours, just where Bill Murray runs up and does some crazy shit, like, because he's Bill Murray, and as we've discussed, that's what he does.
That was around the area of the wedding pictures, I think.
Yes.
Was around
he like
that
takes over the tours.
area, as they say.
So apparently, on one of my godfather's tours, Bill Murray ran up, and there was like a crowd of 20 tourists, and he went over to a pregnant lady and just like fervently rubbed her belly, and then just like ran away.
As it do.
So I am 1 degree of separation from weird Bill Murray.
And let's go into the
Seriously.
more like ones that we cannot say are for sure Bill Murray stories. The one that I was told years ago, well before the podcast, well before. Actually, I was friends with a couple of you guys. I mean, Hunter and Katie.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
yeah,
How long ago was this?
A friend of mine talked about the Omni, where he had a coworker that used to work at the Omni, and back in the day, Bill Murray checked in, went up to the hotel room, and there was bellboy situation happening. I don't think they call them that anymore. But the guy that helped Bill Murray up to the room,
Oh, I got it.
and Bill Murray tipped incredibly well, and then said, had a good night, and then he was walking away with a little wheel cart, and then he heard, and then got tackled in the hallway. And then Bill Murray leaned up and caressed his cheek and said, no one will ever believe you. And then got up and then just went back to the room and then darted back into his room and disappeared. Now, the thing is, I want to believe that.
Yes, 'cause that's amazing.
But there are so many stories of Bill Murray doing that it either it reinforces it or it's different versions of the same urban legend. But to be the person that you believe it, but you don't at the same time. That's the power of Bill Murray. That's exactly why he's Bill Murray.
It seems crazy enough for Bill Murray to do, but in the same instance, if you're a celebrity, kind of taking a big risk tackling somebody when they know, oh, this dude made fucking.
No, but that's the thing is, I almost guarantee you, not by any personal knowledge.
I believe it more than I don't believe it.
I believe it that he did it a couple times.
Yeah.
And then it built up where other people told stories that it did it more. And other people are telling stories about him doing it. Bill Murray created this mythos about him like a fucking god. It's like,
Can I give you props on the gold work?
You know Zeus? Oh, no, I know Zeus. Like, I'm son of Zeus. Like they call me Hercules. I don't know if you heard of me. Like, there's different legends.
But again, I gotta reiterate, this is him being like his own fun self. Like, this is not about ego. This is not about I need to create some kind of like crazy
exactly
story.
How much fun and how much shit he can get away with.
He's fucking with people beautifully. And not for goddamn, like, ratings.
This is not just him being himself. This is him being his best self.
Yes.
His best self. And not only that, but actually waking people up to what you can do. Mm-hmm. That's ultimately, like, if there's a, like, knowing is half the battle kind of situation for the Bill Murray podcast, that's what it is for me. Is that Bill Murray, what he realizes is that ultimately you're able to get away with as much as you think you can get away with.
Yeah, right.
That's it. That's the end of it. Is that it's not that he's famous is why he gets away with it. He's famous, like anybody that knows Fun Matt, our friend in New York, gets away with fucking murder because he sells it with his face. Because he does it, and then he asks for permission later. That's why he gets away with shit that none of us could even imagine to get away with. That's Bill Murray, is that just do it and then ask for forgiveness never, but also, like, be funny enough to get away with it. Like, that's ultimately.
But I also think that he does it because, yes, he wants to be funny. He wants to show people humor. But I also think he wants to create this better world for people where it's going to be almost like a pay it forward, where he's showing people that you can have stuff with humor. You can have a life where you're, joking people and things like that. And it's not as serious. And that's what he wants to create. He wants to create this life and this world.
If anybody can.
And no, I completely fucking agree. I think that's spot on exactly what he's trying to do, because I'm going to bring up what Hobbit and I were talking about pre-episode. Was we were talking about this interview we watched where he's talking about being in the moment and actually being present, and like he's kind of going into how, right? Exactly.
A shared moment.
A shared moment. But no, he's talking, and kind of what he goes into is just actually being there and like being aware, and not just like every moment's not just like a fleeting, a fleeting glance or like a passing thing. Like, and he uses the mirror to describe it, like where he talks about seeing himself and all that. But no, like if he can just pay it forward, that moment, like he created happiness in someone's life, and everyone kind of just moves along with that. That's fucking awesome.
I feel like the random Bill Murray moment almost got coined or discovered in Coffee and Cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
And motherfucking Murray go.
We didn't talk about this before, but
we didn't.
The woo and the tang and
exactly. So Jim Jarmusch made this, collaboration movie with like all these little vignettes with all these motherfucking people, which are amazing. But
all these motherfucking people. But who was that one motherfucker?
Oh my God, Bill motherfucking Murray, yo.
Bill
That's a lot of
with the RZA and the Jizza from fucking.
When you have a movie that you have Tom Waits and fucking Iggy Pop sitting across the table from each other, and the movie is stolen by the RZA and the Jizza hanging out with Bill fucking Murray.
I mean,
you know that you.
Oh, it's so good.
There are so many good parts.
Yeah.
Roberto Benigni. I mean, like so many good parts.
bitch.
But
Oh God, yeah.
I gotta say, like that was such a like subdued part of that movie, but it was so fucking brilliant because he was just like, yeah, I'm Bill Murray, but nobody knows. I'm just a waiter serving coffee in this coffee shop. You know, shut the fuck up, you know?
You should try this tea.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I'll be goddamned if that's not like a precursor to like his later life where he is just like, I'm just a guy. I'm gonna go jump behind a bar. I'm gonna go
mantra.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to say that was right in the era of the transition, though.
It really was.
I agree. Yeah,
It really
I
was.
definitely agree.
That was the actual same year, and I didn't realize this until I was looking at IMDb. But
was that Rushmore year?
No, it's
Lost in Translation.
Lost in Translation year.
Yes.
And I really thought that Coffee and Cigarettes was way earlier
honestly,
than that.
That's actually
Same.
more true. That Lost in Translation and Coffee and Cigarettes. I think that was the big differential where Bill Murray realized that not only did he had a celebrity more than he realized, but he didn't have to try anymore. He can just be himself, and him being himself.
Jim
was
Jarmusch
better.
knew it first, and
Yeah.
that broke him out.
Well, I was going to throw one out there, which is really early, serious Bill Murray, which is Rock the Cradle, which is like his first foray into, I'm doing a non-comedic role, and that kind of jump-started Rushmore and then everything from there.
Oh, Rushmore. Can we get into Rushmore? I mean, come
No,
on, man.
We did a Wes Anderson episode, and we're actually well past the tail end of this episode. So,
it's so good, though.
I'm actually
So good.
Very excited, actually, that we were able to talk all Bill Murray without it even barely touching on his Wes Anderson thing, because we did Wes Anderson on a previous episode. If you want to hear us talk about Bill Murray and Wes Anderson, check out our previous episode.
You do it all. We talk about Moonrise. We talk about
we
Rushmore,
talk about all
Life
things.
Aquatic.
I think it's called Intellectual Hipster.
Yeah, Intellectual Hipster, yes.
Yeah.
Or we
That is
ran
what
out
it's
of
called.
time to talk about Garfield and the other end of
we
stuff.
actually had a whole good episode with no shitty stuff brought up. Like Garfield.
The reason he picked up Garfield is because he thought it was the Coen brothers, but there was an H in there that he didn't notice at the time. And the reason for the second one is contractual obligations because he signed for the first one. But
we still love you, Bill Murray.
yeah, we still.
What was the second one? The Tale of Two Kitties? Is that what that was called?
No, don't worry about that.
Guess that you got correct.
Yeah,
by the
let's-
way.
I will say, like, if you have the chance, go on YouTube and watch Nothing Lasts Forever. It's a lost 80s movie with the dude from Gremlins, Zach. Bill Murray's in it. It's awesome. And we love you.
And we're holding up signs saying we love you, Bill Murray.
And we're still holding out hope that we're going to go out in the garden. He's going to be there.
You know what?
Please,
Like a little garden gnome.
please tell me he's watching this on his phone as he's walking
He's
up
just-
to the fucking gate.
No,
Seriously.
dude. He's going to be like peeking out of a bush or a duck blind, just watching us in our natural
Brought our
habitat.
flashlights, right? I mean,
No, he's gonna go. Whoop.
Take it. No one will ever, he'll just pop up and say, "No one will ever believe you." Go right back down.
And he runs away like a cheetah. We can't even fucking
That's
catch
the thing. I figure 100 years from now, Bill Murray will be fucking Jesus, where there's stories told upon him.
he said in Groundhog Day, he's a god.
He's a
There you
fucking
go.
god. So on that note, we've got to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and definitely follow us on YouTube, on GUIPodcast.com, all our social media that you can find at GUIPodcast.com. I'm Mike the Hobbit Bickett. Thank you so much for listening. Join us next week, and as always, join us or fucking die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit.
Ugh.
Really? Yeah. That's the best you can do.
I thought it was pretty good.
That whole episode was solid as fuck.
By the way, we're still live streaming.
Hey,
We're still
fuckers.
recording. We're talking about the episode we just
We
recorded
love
now.
y'all.
So hey,
Not talking shit.
you just said the episode was awesome. Hope you think so.
We didn't bring up Ghostbusters remake.
Katie does the sweet, like, school teacher thing. I'm just like, fuck everybody.
No, I do the dance.